Probably. Potentially. Wow.
What is happening? Oh,
What
yeah, I
is
didn't read.
happening?
Sorry.
Thanks.
Didn't.
I also just realised I had my volume on. So for those who heard that, hello. Hello people. Stream is just about to start. We're just about to head into qualifying, which I believe all the qualifying sessions are private for tonight. But as always, I say as always, we missed him on last Monday, joined by WMDR Martin.
You didn't miss me. I was busy getting P2.
But I've just got to sort out all my camera and stuff. Get rid of that for you guys.
Greetings, everyone.
And Jedlin's doing some weird things, it seems. But yeah, joining us at Netterton with some interesting conditions for sure. Running the Caterham. Let me just double check. Running
I'm surprised the new update
Academies.
hasn't changed this interface.
Yeah, running the Caterham Academies at Snetterton 200. The preset for the race is going to be damp conditions with light rain and then overcast conditions towards the end. As I said, it's going to be a private qualifying. And yeah, going to be having 5 races tonight. And so yeah, this first one's going to be the Caterham Academies at Snetterton. Then it's going to be the Nissan GTR GT3 Nismo at Bathurst. Then the GX 390 race kart at Biscarund Long. Then the Formula Inters at Gwapor. And then the McLaren F1 road car at Kyalami.
Now, before we get into too many details, let's take a look at the different colors here on the grid representing the different leagues participating in this event. Nismo, can you tell us who the banana car belongs to?
I believe the banana car, let me just grab up. Due to the fact they're yellow and I can see a yellow team, that would be Pixel Sim Racing with, actually, would it be? Hold on, let me just check all the different, I don't see this guy in the, maybe he's got a different name, but I believe yellow is Pixel Sim Racing with, Onumif, yeah, I'm gonna struggle to pronounce names, you know, but
Is he the only yellow guy on the grid?
maybe that they've got...
I think that's the only banana car. Yeah, it is. That is the only banana
Is that
car
the
on the
only
entire
yellow
grid.
car? I mean, I don't actually see his name in the standings. But yeah, it's Fennec perfectly put. I have no clue as
So this guy's a track
who's-
invader.
Oh,
Got it.
no, hold
Let's
on,
go look at
this-
some real teams.
this guy is racing for Sim Racing Poland PC, whoever we were just watching. Jedlin
Oh, so
also
the banana
running for
car
them.
is Sim Racing Poland?
Yeah, but Jedlin's with. I think there's been a mix-up of liveries then.
Oh boy.
I might mention it to Jedlin, maybe see if I can get everyone in the same livery.
Yeah, I do remember him putting something about that in chat, so I'm guessing someone just forgot how to read.
Someone must have forgot, yeah. Which makes our life as commentators a bit harder.
Unless he is the safety car, as Fennec suggests, but then you'd figure he might be staying in the pits.
Yeah,
Unless
indeed.
he's just familiarizing himself with the wet track conditions, which is always possible, of course. In the meantime, though, only Jedlin has actually set a lap, so no one else getting in any early banker times.
Ooh, are you able to bring us up the lap times and things? Because I have no. Thank you. So yeah, Jedlin doing a 138, almost dead. Meanwhile, MSR Exus, normally just known as Exus in our streams, finishing his lap as these amazing cameras. Absolutely love them. As Matt's VR, if not the normal on pole, probably in our leagues, and maybe even now. I mean, we haven't seen the pace of these other guys as Exus is 5/10 behind him, so not a bad job at all by Exus. And I am actually curious whether these conditions are actually going to get worse or better, because the light rain. I don't know if it's still raining.
It is still raining.
As Matt's 4/10 up on his time, so he's going to be looking for a 132. Probably one of the only drivers who's going to be able to do a 132 at this moment in time. As Xevious is P3, Kiwi in P4, running for Sim Sprint Series.
Have we got the helicopter angle, Nismo?
Aha! There we go. We're flying now.
Hey.
Let me just get a bit higher in the sky.
Because I think that should help us to get a better view of all the different teams, because the trackside cameras seem to be quite broken around here. So here for the white team, that would be our MSR affiliated drivers, Moisty Sim Racing currently occupying the top 3 positions. Then we've got Kiwi in 4th. Which team is this?
This is Sim Sprint Series.
Sim Sprint Series doing all right, but now they have relinquished P4. Top 4 is all MSR at the moment, so a strong showing from those guys. Barsu, another green guy, in 6th, followed by Jedlin, who is in a red-ish car, but from my POV it looks completely black.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that the top 4 individuals from each team is where the points are going to count for tonight as well. So if, say, MSR was going to get a top 5 position, only the top 4 would be counted. We watch Jedlin going a bit wide there, but I think there is actually such thing in this game where the rubber is actually something you want to avoid on the track and wet conditions.
Precisely. As we go over to Capricci now, apologies for butchering these Eastern European names, but which team is the blue car, Nismo?
That would be Fair Sim Racing, and Capricci 7.2 seconds up on their lap time as they cross the line. Where is it going to put them?
We're about to find out. Goes up to P7, so an improvement of almost exactly 7 seconds, just 1 millisecond off of that level of improvement. And going a little further down the grid as people are exploring the track all over the place. I believe that's all the teams that we've seen then?
Yeah, I think so. We got Pixel Sim Racing in the yellow, got Moisty Sim Racing in the white, got Sim Sprint Series, and this is a cool camera. I didn't even do anything to this camera. I like this.
I think it's kind of ugly. That's just the roof of the car, though, really.
Oh, I'll move my camera forward a bit. How's that look?
Oh, that looks a bit... I like that. That looks better. Because right now, like on my screen, it just looks like 2 giant toilet seats. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about these semi-open wheel caterhams, is you can see the suspension at work.
Yes.
As KZ and Matt's dominating the top 2 positions. Jedlin back into the pits in 3rd, so he's managed to pip Exus for that spot by about 3-ish tenths.
As I'm just gonna call this guy Chris, because there's no way I'm pronouncing his second name in 5th place. Oh, I can definitely gotta work with this camera a bit. Here we go. I'll move a bit forward. What should I do with this camera? Do you think this is fine?
I wouldn't make it the exact same as the previous camera. No, because like, look, if I switch back to the other one.
Oh yeah, true. Maybe I should move this one down a bit. Hold on. If I move that one down a bit like that, and then if you go back to this one, I'll create this like a side point of view camera.
Yeah.
Like, how's can we get the driver in? No, the driver does not appear on this one, so we're gonna left side or right side though, because where's most as Matt's once again taking the fastest lap, doing it almost a 1:32 dead. That's incredibly quick. As compared to Eddie.
I'd keep the camera on the left in case we have some attempts to overtake around the outside, and most of these corners are right-handers.
And you can see it's obvious what Eddie's driving with tonight. For those who don't know the driver of Eddie JJ007, absolute James Bond unit here, he is running a controller. So very, very amazing to see that he's up in P2.
Yeah, it's incredibly close between P2, 3, and 4. I mean, especially P2 and 3 separated by just 0.02 of a second, with less than a minute to go in this session. It looks like the pace gap could be fairly substantial between these different leagues, as we have, I mean, quite the gap from P1 to P2, and then a lot of these guys in the midfield are 3 to 4, even 5 seconds a lap slower. So,
I mean,
definitely a lot of different groups present tonight.
As much as Jedlin isn't racing for MSR, we've seen him race in some of the MSR leagues, and we know that he has good pace as well. I'm surprised that their team did not decide to oh, I can work on this camera as well. Did not decide to pick a formula car, because I remember Jedlin being quite good in those in the past. Yeah, low, I can take this camera. There we go. Nah, that's too low actually.
Now we do have this, there's a second yellow car now at the very end of the session. Will not be setting a time though, because they joined too late. But I do believe that means that is not a safety car if we have at least 2 of them.
Indeed. Yeah, I don't think, why have people got to have such, I'm not gonna say bad, but like hard to pronounce names, damn it. Only for me. No, I feel like I botched that.
I'd probably call that one Onufmi.
Onufmi. That sounds like a joke name now. You know what I mean?
I mean, it could be. You never know. But let's quickly go down the list as qualifying comes to an end here. We have Matt's currently in P1. Ultimate K is right behind in 2nd place. Eddie making it a top 3 for MSR, followed by Xevious. Then Kaczmarkiewicz.
I think Andrew summed that up in summed that one up perfectly. Kaczmarkiewicz.
And then a little easier with Jedlin, Exus, Huzar, Rokuten, Caprich, Kiwi, Barciu, Texi1, Stivlerpel. Oh, that definitely sounds like a joke name. Corneles and Onufmi.
Yeah, Fennec in the chat saying, haven't you seen it? I do feel like I recognize the name, that is for sure.
Oh, for sure. I've seen that name somewhere before.
Yeah, indeed.
I don't know, Fennec. I'm not
Wits
Polish.
rather than wit. That makes sense, because they don't have like a V in the Polish language,
They
do
don't? I have no idea. I just know that Eastern Europe is really confusing when it comes to sounds and words and language.
has matched on the MSR team, or was he invited for MSR domination? Damn, Phoenix caught us on that one. I mean, Matt has always had MSR in his name. We didn't have to change anything, and we were just like, you know, why don't we just...
The MSR in Matt's name stands for Matt Sim Racing.
Matt Sim Racing.
But Keza, though, with a fairly good late recovery there, coming within 2 or 3 tenths of Matt's, so maybe this race won't be so lonely for Matt's after all, provided he doesn't make any serious mistakes.
Andrew in the chat putting Bobo Kurva. I did promise last night that I would add some... No, on Tuesday, I would add some Polish language, so be on the lookout for lots of kurvas.
And mini bober.
And mini bober.
I have seen those videos flying around.
Oh yeah. The rain is falling on this damp track, but conditions are gonna lighten up as this race goes along. So my question is do people go on wets or slicks?
Do these things even have wets or slicks? I'd assume this might be a car that has all weather tires.
That is a really good question, actually. Can someone fact check that for me? If these cars do indeed have all-terrain tires, or like just
Fennec, you're on duty for that. You're a moderator.
But yeah. I think should be starting soon. Hopefully the sound is good for you guys. I've made a small adjustment, but hopefully it isn't noticeable. But yeah, so it's a MSR 1234. Then it is it's then a Sim Racing Poland 5.6 with Exus in P7, Hazard, who is... I have no idea what
We're
team
about to
Hazard's
get going.
Oh, as we got 3 red lights. And it's green flag racing. Ultimate Kaiser getting a really good start. It looks like Matt's struggling on power then, surprisingly, because these cars actually don't have that much power. As we head to the first corner, it's Matt still leaving, followed by Ultimate K's, followed by Eddie, followed by Xevious, followed by Chris and Jedlin just behind. I think Exus not getting the greatest of starts, but trying to battle his way still through, as there's a bit of contact between teammates there, still a bit more, as everyone trying to rough and tumble through the first set of corners, and there's contact and two drivers off. That looks to be the car of Xevious. And
Exus is upside down. Oh, he's already reset the car, but there's definitely bodywork on the ground there. As the top two continue to pull away in each other's slipstream, it's MSR 123 now with 1 casualty to be mourned. Mr. Polish Man, though, staying strong in 4th, holding Xevious and Jedlin behind him. And I think, one of the cars is still upside down. It's Huzar. Has he not mapped the reset button?
That would be unfortunate if he hasn't, and that will be his race over, I think, if he hasn't as well. As that's Xevious looking for a move on Chris Kazmarki. I'm just gonna call it. It's Chris. I'm sorry, Chris, but I'm just gonna call you Chris from now. As they head down the start-finish straight, Xevious definitely looking for a move, tucked up in the slipstream now, tucked up right beside Chris as they head into the first corner. Xevious is going to have the inside line, but he's got to watch out for Jedlin as well.
Oh, that's kind of a shocking defense there from the Polish man. He just leaves the inside completely open on the straight, which is an open invitation to Xevious and now his teammate as well. But his teammate goes deep. Ooh. Yeah, that's really costing both of them, and that's a free pass for Xevious to try and catch up with his fellow MSR drivers.
Yeah, I don't think Chris is going to be too happy with his teammate there. As Rocketun in the Sim Sprint Series isn't too far behind, so he's definitely going to be looking for some move. Kiwi looking for a move on Taxi 1 as they round this very long left-hander. Yeah, Rockerton getting ever so closer to Jedlin and Chris
there's
as
been an incident.
that looks to be, I think, Kiwi and
Cornelius, I think. Not exactly sure what happened there, but Exus was able to avoid it.
Kiwi, no!
Is Huzar still upside down? No, he's been turned right side up again. So I'm not sure if someone bumped into him or if he found the reset button after hanging upside down like a cow for far too long, but he's definitely on his way again, still on the lead lap if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, exactly, but as we say that, the leaders are just passing the start finish as Mats leads the way, followed by Ultimate Kaiser, 5 tenths behind him. Eddie in P3, about 2 seconds behind Ultimate Kaiser. And
Yeah, people are starting to pull away from each other, but still very, very close now for P10 with Texi and Nexus.
Nexus just making an easy switch back, as I think that's who was that went off?
Oh wait, we can't see them at the moment. Oh, there's another yellow car spun out just ahead. I believe that is Onufmi.
Yeah, Onufmi. Very, very unfortunate, I think.
Oh, and Texi going off again. It's a disastrous lap for the yellow team.
Yeah, Pixel Sim Racing having a very, very unfortunate lap 3 here.
Yeah, so lap 3 out of 8. The race is anything but over, but some teams are definitely not going to be too happy after these opening moments as P15, Stivler PL, and manages to save it on the spin, though, which is admirable to say the least, and Huzar definitely quite far behind, so no hope for too many points for those drivers. I believe points do go down to P16, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed, as I think...
Oh, something's happened with the leaders. Mats has lost a position. I think he might have had a wobble coming out of the final corner.
Luckily not taking out his own teammate. We'll probably see these positions swap back. We know that Mats has the pace, but I think, funny enough, Ultimate K's and Mats, were they teamed up last season in the yeah, they were in the Formula Inters, so that's also going to be later tonight as well. But yeah, some very, very interesting conditions indeed.
Yeah, and I mean, they're already 6 seconds ahead of the Polish man in 5th, so even if they crash into each other, I'd say an average spin costs you about 6 to 8 seconds. I think they'd be able to recover that fairly easily if they're able to pull just a bit more of a gap. As they continue to drive cleanly in formation, essentially, for lap 4. Xevious not quite able to keep up, but also not slow enough to fall into the clutches of P5 either, so a good safe start by MSR, and I believe you said it is the top 4 positions of each team that get points, right?
Yeah, indeed, so I think Ultimate K's, Mats, Eddie, and Xevious are all going to get these top 4 points. Funny enough, I think this was Team Sim Racing Poland, which are P5 and 6 with Chris and Jedlin, also Stilver, Stilver PL with Camille Stencil as well. These guys picked this track, and MSR seem to be the ones who are dominating it for the first race.
Yeah, so since Exus is not currently on track to score any points, what would be going on in his mind right now? What is his main goal during these next 3 laps?
I mean, these are very interesting conditions, and it could be that he'll just try keep that P9 pace and stay ahead. Andrew, don't you dare say go Team Syndicate. That is against everything we are at for MSR. I'm kidding. As,
hold on, Stivler PL has spun around and gives P15 to Huzar. So Huzar, despite being upside down, has actually gained a position. It can happen, folks.
Indeed.
And I will say Jedlin was ahead of the other Polish man earlier. However, has since lost that position.
Oh,
but I
his
think
Jedlin goes a bit wide.
Yeah, you
Just
can
keeps
count that as a commentator's curse. I was about to say that he has been catching him, but not at that rate.
Was that car off? I think that's Xavius off in the dirt.
Oh, you are right. And he is spinning his wheels like it's no one's business. He must have flung himself off the track at a very high speed.
As Exus up into P8. So as I said, yeah, if any of the MSR members were to make a mistake, Exus would be there to slot in. And yeah, Exus now is very much fighting for points. The MSR guys still 1, 2, 3, but not getting the points that I think they would have wanted a couple laps ago. Exus a lot later on the brakes and seems to be a lot more confident than another name. Barciu. Yeah, we're gonna say Barciu. Barciu defending the inside line. Exus going for the switchback. Oh, there's contact!
Yeah, that puts Xavius back into a points-paying position, and it's probably slapped Exus's car with quite a bit of damage as well. If I were Barciu, I'd be giving that place back, because that was not a fair defense, regardless of whether or not that was intentional.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be sounding like I'm biased towards MSR here, but it looked like Barciu just didn't make that left turn into the corner, and it looks like it almost pushing him off there, but Exus just finding the room and just able to slot back in front, but he's off the track, and Barciu back up into 8th place.
Yeah, that is Exus suffering from being slightly too nice there, going extra wide to give his opponent all the space they need, but in this case, it was a little bit too much. In that previous corner, though, that's always a bit of a tight one to go side by side in, so I can kind of see that one, but I think in the corner going onto the straight, I think Barciu lost the rear end and then just clattered into the MSR driver without taking the corner properly, so in that case, he should have given the place back, but I'm not sure if there's any stewarding in this one, but if there is, that could definitely be looked at post-race. Meanwhile, though, we are now on lap 7 with the leaders, and Mats is definitely in case of slipstream.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 laps left, you think the teammates might not battle. Yeah, Matt's lifting off there.
Oh, come on, Mats, give us some action.
I mean, normally I think Kaiser and Matt's normally battling, but with some. But I think Matt's tonight is like, it's round 1. Let's not bottle it. We've got 1, 2, 3. And, yeah, I mean, Chris and Jedlin, though, still doing a really good job up in P4 and 5. I think might have actually gained some inroads on Eddie there.
And I think Exus is within range of Onufmi as well, if he's able to keep up his previous pace, which it looks like he should be. Once again, gaining quite a bit on the brakes.
As Andrew in the chat saying, Mats, what a coward, send it.
Yeah, there's going to be 1 lap left. They have a 5-second gap to the next driver, and it's also their teammates, so even if they spin, if they can keep the spin limited to the asphalt, they should be able to recover and stay ahead of any other drivers there, as Cornelis flies off the track and loses a position to Kiwi.
That's very, very unfortunate there. I will say I am liking the blue livery, though. It has that nice strip of green on it. But
green means go, as we all know.
Green means go, and I guess for tonight, for the first race, white is gonna mean win. As Ultimate Kaiser and Mats are on the back straight for the final time on this circuit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Mats is going to go for any moves here. He's not as close as he was on the last lap, so let's stay with Exus and Onufmi for the battle for P10. Once again, gaining a lot on the brakes.
The final lap as Onufmi, that might have been a track limits there. Trouble there was qualifying, and it was Mats with a almost 1:32 dead as the pole lap time.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 tenths ahead of Keza when qualifying concluded, as I believe they are going onto the final stretch of track now. Keza set to win this race ahead of his teammate Mats. A dominant display by MSR, with Eddie coming in third place. However, he's lost a bit of time to the car behind because they are actually closer than they were before. The same cannot be said for Jedlin, though. He has dropped off significantly.
Yeah, I'd definitely say though, it seems like the Jedlin and Chris were still quite confident for Sim Racing Poland.
Meanwhile, Caprice really close to the back end of Barsu, but Barsu has enough straight line speed to stay in P8, so that's no overtakes there on the line. Onufmi managing to barely hold on to that 10th place as well, ahead of a surely devastated Exus, and I think that's a very celebratory Onufmi there, clattering that car right into the wall.
I love that it's multi-league, so that at the end you kind of just have a little bit of a scrap. And I gotta say, I do like these Caterham Academy liveries. I am quite the fan, and I think I'm definitely going to be voting for a Caterham Academy League next season, maybe.
Yeah, the Caterhams can be quite an interesting car to race for sure, as a Texi now in one of the banana cars, coming across the line into 14th place. Huzar not too far behind in 15th, and Stivler, the only car to be lapped, but still finished the race in 16th place. So we have no DNFs.
So it's going to be Ultimate Kaiser who wins after Matt's potentially had a small moment, and Matt's just staying behind in P2, Eddie in P3, Chris and Jedlin in P4 and 5 for Sim Racing Poland. Rockerton, I'm trying to find his name in, I don't know who he's driving for, P6, Xevious in P7. I can't remember the rest. I'm just going to quickly go on mute. We are going to have a 5-minute break, so we will be back very shortly. As thank you for the follow. Oh, it's another name I can't pronounce. Pablo Zimianin. I think I've got that right. Oh, and Docs underscore. I see. I can say that one. I can say that name. Docs underscore. Thank you for making your name so simple.
And then it turns out the X is actually pronounced as a ch.
Oh god. Yeah, so just gonna, I will be back shorter than 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna disappear to
Nismo's gonna come back shorter.
Hello, hello, and welcome back. I've just come back, and actually, I think the next race is about to start. So, all drivers be ready to get going for another 10-minute private qualifying at I was gonna say Brands Hatch, Bathurst, in probably I feel like I have to stand by this car because of course it's going to be the Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 that is being driven at Bathurst.
I wonder where I've seen that car before.
I mean, it couldn't be my profile pic. I mean, it can't be because my profile pic has a hat and a beard on it now.
Yeah, and a car would never have a hat and a beard. Yeah, thanks to all of our Polish viewers for tuning in, as well. But we do not speak even a single lick of Polish, so if you say things in Polish, we will not understand you.
Yeah, I only know. I mean, we said it earlier, mini boba. I don't even know what that means, to be honest.
I mean, Nismo barely even knows English, so.
That is so true. And of course you got a class of Kurva. Has already got people out on track. Ultimate K's, I think, one of the first people to lead the track. There's people in the chat that are going boba, mini boba.
Mini Boba.
um,
Did he just call Mini Boba food? How could you, Trouble?
I don't even know what it means.
A lot more steep in AMS2 compared to PC2.
It's probably just the cameras. Talking about cameras, should we get them ready?
Yes, let's.
Damn, I feel like the oh, hold on, that's my, there we go, okay. I feel like on this track, the helicopter cam, should I see how far I can go out with the helicopter cam? Cam.
Sure.
This track. Because I feel like we're going to need it, and I
do kind of want you to tilt it down a bit more, because last time I could not see the cars behind when I was looking at the main car. Yeah, that's a bit better. Alright, so we got that camera sorted. Now we have roof.
Okie dokie. What should we do? Should we do a special camera for roof, or should we just keep it roof?
Maybe do special for bonnet.
Special for bonnet, okay. So we'll do that for roof then. I think that's a nice standard one.
Yeah. Here's your bonnet.
Of course, I've always got to increase the FOV. It makes it seem. I feel like with this track, would it be the left camera? That's what. Damn, there's some nice wheels. What is this, cyberpunk? Oh, damn. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna zoom out too much of that.
Whoa, what the heck?
Yeah.
That's illegal modifications on that car.
Let's just see where
I don't think that used to happen, did it? Is that like a new thing with the update?
It's always been a thing on certain cameras. We'll go for like an inside cam like this, and then we'll move the cockpit one.
No. It's kind of glitching a lot with the shadow.
Hold on, let me just. We'll go for like a left hand, almost outside the windscreen then for this one.
Yeah, sure.
And then the GTR sounds anemic. Is what Andrew said. And oh, gotta get this one. Now I wonder, do you think it's worth me getting the back camera and we watch it from the point of view of, like, say Matt's off the start with it facing backwards?
Sure, we could actually probably do that to the roof camera.
Is the back of it glitching as well? Oh god! You know what? Maybe the GTR just isn't that car.
Maybe put it on top of the rear wing.
That could. Oh, what? Where? Oh god. Okay, there we go. Like
not in the trunk.
Like this.
That's where you hide the bodies. Maybe a little higher up.
No, higher. There we go. How about that? Like.
Hold on, I'm waiting for it to adjust on stream. Yeah, I suppose that's good.
Let me just lower the okay.
Oh, I think all of our Polish viewers have left again to maximize their FPS.
Okie dokie. And I think we'll mostly be using track sides because I mean the track cameras were just terrible, especially that one section going onto the back straight.
Good lord, did you see that chunk of rubber?
Chunk of no.
Oh, it must be a client side thing then, because you know how there's marbles in this game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he just kicked up the king of all marbles in that corner. Was about the size of an obese baseball.
As Ultimate Kaiser taking the first lap and taking pole, but Matt's 1.6 seconds faster than Ultimate Kaiser.
Yeah, I think Ultimate K's provisional pole lasted about 1.6 seconds.
And Exus doing a 206.418, putting him in P3. And Xevious in second place, taking away from Ultimate Kaiser, doing a 204.695, 1 second and 1/10 behind Matt.
Yeah, and this,
Matt's...
of course,
Jesus.
is a track. Oh, sorry, to interrupt. I'd say this is also a track where setup can matter a whole lot, because you need the nimbleness in the mountain section, and you need the straight line speed on the straight. And if you have neither of those, you will be several seconds lap slower around here.
Yeah, I mean, how is Matt's getting this close to the wall? How the... Okay, sorry, back to what I was saying.
I think he's got magnets in the wall, but it's set to repel, and it pushes his car away.
Yeah, I mean, compared to all the other GT1 Gen 1s, I would say the Nissan is most well known for its brakes, but that could be due to how slow it is in general. But I think, in general, it is quite a nimble car to begin with. So I think what a lot of pit drivers are going to be doing is lowering that rear downforce, and I think maybe lowering the front by a touch.
All I know is that Mats is most definitely one with his machine as he barrels down the longest straight on the track. Used to be even longer, of course, before they added the right-hand kink and the heavy braking zone to the left.
I apologize, Trouble. Of course, these aren't GT1s. These are GT3 Gen 1s.
Oh.
I do apologize. As
we have two extra drivers as well. Captain Blue is a new one. He's in the gold car.
Yes, I think he is racing
And this
for Pixel Sim Racing, and Pablo, who I think was in the chat a second ago, racing for their Sim Racing.
So let's quickly go over the different liveries for the different teams once again, because of course not every car class is going to have the same colors available. But we currently have Team MSR in the white and black car, currently occupying the entire top four yet again, with Jedlin for which team again, Desmo?
That'd be Sim Racing Poland PC.
Sim Racing Poland PC in the practically completely red car, just a little tad of white on there. Onufmi in the golden banana, losing his wing in absolute style, followed by Cornelis in the purple mobile, Barciu in probably Nismo's favorite car with lots of black and green on it.
Yeah, always on that livery.
And are there any? I'm guessing there's no blue livery for that one, so that's probably the purple team.
Purple.
Then. And Trouble says he tends to get -2 centimeters away from the wall. The bumper is usually no longer the same shape. What do you make of that, Nismo?
I know that he gets -2 centimeters from wall because when we were doing the sprint races in Adelaide, I watched him hit it.
Oh, that was a bit of wall contact there from Rakuten as well. The only driver yet to set a single lap. A single valid lap, I should say.
I wouldn't say out of context. Have you ever had a jammy Dodger?
Is that another one of those things I'm not British enough to understand?
Okay, it is a British thing though. Jammy Dodgers are a British thing then.
I mean, they sound British. It's like, hello, good chap. Would you like a jammy Dodger?
Would you like a jammy Dodger?
Oh, scrumptious.
As Andrew's saying, Martin is a jammy Dodger. Oh, that's... Oh.
He's practically saying I'm British.
Yeah, just put in context, a jammy Dodger is a biscuit It's technically 2 biscuits with some jam in the middle, and got a nice heart of jam in the center.
I thought it'd be some sort of weird British candy or something, because that's kind of the vibe I get from it.
A jammy dodger. Don't have jam in sweets.
You can have jam-flavored sweets. I feel like that could be a
Isn't that
British thing.
just called like strawberry? Something?
Probably,
like
yeah.
a strawberry Moam or something. And if you say you don't know what Moams are,
I don't.
oh, Martin. Anyways, back to what's on our screen. Matt still has provisional pole, and Jesus Christ, it looks quick on this camera as we head down the hill. Xevious in second as Matt clatters the wall a bit. Jadlin sneaking it up into 3rd place while we've been talking about Jammy Dodgers. And Ultimate K is in P4 and Eddie in P5. Hazard doing a better job tonight. He's in P6 and Chris in P7. Hopefully he can show us the pace that he had in round 1.
As the game has decided to start glitching, and now that qualifying is over, so I'm not sure who's finished their laps, but Matt's, despite giving the wall an absolute massive kiss there, only 1/10 down going into the final sector, so he could still improve on this lap if his final sector is anything to write home about, and he is a full second ahead of P2. Gotta hand it to Xevious and Jedlin. Those are quite competitive times compared to the rest of the field. We have lost Keza though. He was in P3 a moment ago, I think, as Max does improve, but with Keza out of the race, that is a lot of potential points gone for MSR.
Oh, and you sound very, very robotic all of a sudden. Hopefully that isn't on my end. I think it is on my end. Damn it! Hold on. I'm going to quickly grab the Ethernet while the race starts. Hopefully it isn't laggy for you guys. I'll just be a second.
It's okay. Can I still hear me on stream? Okay, yeah, this is very robotic. So we will be back with more commentary once our technical difficulties have been dealt with, but it definitely seems like us Europeans may be having some internet trouble. That could explain why Keza had to drop out for this one. As the session is now over, and we have Mats in P1, with Xevious in 2nd place, followed by Jedlin, then Eddie, Huzar in 5th, Chris in 6th, followed by Cornelis in 7th, then Exus, then Onufmi, Caprich rounding out the top 10, with Barsiu in 11th. Kiwi then starting this race in 12th, followed by Pablo in 13th, then Rakuten just behind, and Texi, Stivlerple, and Captain Blue rounding out the top 17. I can hear you, but I think the stream's gone black.
The stream's gone, yeah. Something weird has happened with the stream. I'm just going to try to get that back up in a second, guys. Hopefully the race doesn't start.
Okay, they can hear us, I can confirm that. Yeah, Keza gets the random blue screen, the stream gets the random black screen. The race has not yet started, though, I can confirm that.
Awesome.
Still on the starting grid, but it could start any moment now, I think.
Oh, come on. How do I get this? Screen. Edit.
If you don't get it up on time, I'll just take over commentary while you fix that.
Screen 1. Done. That should fix it. And it hasn't fixed it.
As it's 2, 3 lights, and away we go. It's a good start for Mats, followed by Xevious. Jellin still in 3rd place going into turn 1.
Got
A
it,
lot
yep.
of brake dust in the air.
As we head into the first corner.
Oh, and it's
bit of
3
contact.
wide and a lot of contact there. That's Chris facing backwards. No, it's one of his teammates. And a yellow gold car as well. So 3 people out in T1.
As we see all the drivers slipstreaming each other down, it's
Oh, moving under braking, that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
Frowned upon.
wiping out the 150 board. Exus trying to keep it in front of Chris, but also looking for a move on Cornelius.
As there's more side-by-side going on there, but
that's-
that's never going to end well for Barcio on the outside. They're making a lot of contact with the wall. Looks like the 3 drivers that were out in T1 have now started their recovery as well, but Stivler PL once again struggling at the tail end of the field.
Yeah, very unfortunate for the driver. It's currently Matt's leading the way, Xevious following, then Jedlin in P3 as we get a back cam. Thank you for that reminder. See all the cars just trying to make their way through as they head down the hill.
Now on board with Cornelius in P5, and you can see this is where most of the grid is currently stuck behind. With the top 4, 3 MSR drivers and 1 of the Polish sim racers all pulling away for the big points paying positions.
Yeah, indeed. Head through the fast right-hander. And I forgot about, too wide between Omnify. Oh, and he might be a bit too late on the brakes. In fact, I think just getting it slowed down in time and just getting in front of Capricci is what I'm going to call that.
Did you just call Onufmi Omnify?
Omnify. Onufmi, sorry, yeah.
That's a very different name right there. As they all navigate the final corner safe and sound. I don't think we have anyone crashing out here. As it came very, very close for Captain Blue in 13th. I think he's going to lose that position to Rakuten around the outside, and he does surrender on the brakes to get a better exit.
I'm not listening to it, it's just paused. It's on my side playlist, guys. I'm not listening to it, and it isn't French either. It's just the
Are you
video.
playing music on stream?
I'm not playing it. Just my computer. Whenever I play a video, it keeps it up on the side even when it's paused. As Captain Blue missed round 1. Hopefully he can make his way up the grid.
Yes, I think it was very, very close there for Kiwi and Barciu, though they are both teammates, so should be giving each other plenty of space going into the mountain section. Matt's still with a healthy lead of 1.6 seconds over Xevious, who is holding his own in P2, keeping both Jedlin and Eddie at a fairly safe distance, but it is quite close between Cornelius and Exus for 5th. Less than a second separating those two as they begin their descent on, I actually don't know what lap this is. I don't have a lap counter.
Well, it's 11 minutes out of 25, so I don't think there are any lap counts. I think it's just the clock ticking down.
Oh no, sorry. I can see the lap count next to Matt's name. We are on lap 2.
That's sorry, sorry, the actual as I just lower the camera a bit so we can get a bit closer to the ground. I do like eating asphalt. That's what some people have told me. As Exus very late on the race, definitely more confident than Cornelius.
Yeah, not getting a lot in the way of a slipstream though. As just up ahead, Eddie getting fairly close to the back end of Jedlin for 3rd. And behind as well, Onufmi getting quite close to Chris. But no overtakes yet between those groups, as this is actually turning into a fight for P5 with 4 people. So that's gonna have to keep an eye out on that one, as I believe Stivler has crashed and is now recovering. But that is a very, very sad looking car.
That's very, very unfortunate for Stivler as he spins. Very,
it is
very
not easy to
unfortunate
keep a
indeed.
car with suspension damage on the road.
As Jesus told me that he needs to drink and that he's my #1 fan. Can't love it. You need to prove him wrong.
But what if he's our #1 fan? Have you thought of that? You can think about that some other time, though, as Onufmi now very, very close to Chris once again. I really wonder which one of these four is going to be the first to get an overtake done. Are you alive, Nizma?
Yes, I am. I'm just reading the chat as Andrew has pressed the pointless button and has once again made me lose faith in humanity again. But Cornelius not getting as good of an exit as Exus. Exus is going to be very tucked up as I need to once again take a drink.
Oh, as Captain Blue has put the car right into the barrier.
No. Oh.
Yeah, so that has cost him at least one position so far, and I think that just took his wing off as well. Not exactly the most efficient way of making a three-point turn.
Indeed. We should probably head back to the battle for P5s. I think Exus has overtaken Cornelius. Or Cornelius?
It's definitely not Cornelius, but yeah, Exus is now in P5 ahead of Cornelius. Chris still just behind. And what happened to the other car that was involved? Was that Onufmi?
I think that might have been Onufmi, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately I cannot see the lap times because it's just giving me the gaps twice. I don't know what's up with this stupid game, but probably was Onufmi that has dropped off there.
Yeah, I mean...
You have noticed that, right? We just get the gaps twice right next to each other.
Yeah, it could be because the timing is glitched as that's Cornelius in the wall.
So that could have shown how Exus got by if Cornelius not keeping a cool head and letting multiple people through. Now Exus under a lot of pressure from Chris as well, and there was a car spun round.
Who's that?
It's Stivler. And he's retired from the race, judging that he's probably too dangerous to be left alive, at least around this track. So gotta hand him the respect there for choosing to end it, but hopefully he'll be back for the next one. I don't think the next track's gonna be quite as dangerous as this one is.
I mean, I think the next track is go-kart, so... How dangerous can you get?
I stand by my point. As Chris continues to put more pressure on Exus. And even if we missed an Exus overtake, we'll make up for it by showing Exus getting overtaken. I'm sure all of our fans are really looking forward to that one. Cornelius, though, still within slipstreaming distance, and go do some cockpit cam, see who else is up to things. I think Onufmi maybe not having the best of straight line speeds there on the back straight, Kiwi getting a little bit closer to him.
Judd and Eddie very close together on track, battle for P3 right here. Eddie, I think, getting P3 last race behind Ultimate K's and Matt's this time. He's got
that's a
Jedlin to
horrible
deal
exit
with.
by Jedlin.
Yeah, last race, Eddie would beat Jedlin, but now it's Eddie's turn to make a move.
Jedlin, of course, has raced plenty of times on the MSR server as well, so he's well familiar with the other drivers and what their strategies are, and he sends it and spins. Oh, that could end up with a lot of damage there, but the wing stays on.
Yeah, I was going to say he's very, very lucky not to lose his wing as Exus is in the fight, almost gets too wide coming up into the top section. Chris in the background getting caught, and Exus in a very dangerous position. This is what you call an Exus sandwich, as he seems to be stuck between the two. Oh, there's contact!
That is massively unfortunate, and I think Exus is going to be to blame for that one.
Yeah,
He was trying to go side by side. The car head was quite slow, but that's when you have to be patient, and he just ran into the side of his opponent, who went into the wall to dodge him, mind you, so could not have gone any further to the left. So that is very, very unfortunate for Exus, who rejoins in 11th place ahead of Pablo behind
as-
Kiwi.
As much as I want to back MSR all the way, yeah, you're completely right. That was X's fault. It looked like Jedlin was slow up the hill, but was entitled to that outer line. It looked like Jedlin just went into the side of him and ended up, fortunately, spinning it on his own.
As let's take another look at Cornelius there, still fairly close to Chris and Jedlin, but not close enough.
Oh, was just in the background on Onifimi. I've messed that up. Trying to make the move on
Onufimi.
Capricci.
Yeah, very, very close here. I was looking forward while the camera was pointed backward. That's one of the annoying things about having different camera angles between us.
I mean, luckily though, I think due to that, I was just able to see that battle going on in the background.
It looks like Capricci is holding very, very tiny margins there, but just enough to maximize the slipstream. Maybe not quite getting the best exit, but still hanging in there for a good chance to steal P7 off of one of me.
I mean, it looks like Capricci might have a little less downforce than Onufmi, because I feel like in the slipstream, especially with such a big car like this, you should be getting a lot more slipstream as they go too wide up the hill. Very dangerous place to go too wide, and that's a car off and almost spinning back into the way of Onufmi and Capricci. That's Chris. I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
this.
so Chris dropping out of that fight for P4, and another driver's had an incident. It's Huzar.
Oh, part of the same team. I think that's Sim Racing Poland. Both spinning.
Makes you wonder if they've shared a setup and the setup is not optimized for that particular corner.
Very, very unfortunate if so.
In the meantime, though, just a quick rundown of race positions. We are on lap 6, 3 minutes left to go. Mats is leading this race by 4.6 seconds, well ahead of his teammate Xevious and Eddie in third. Top three essentially isolated, as Cornelius in fourth is a good 10 seconds behind Eddie. And then after Cornelius, you have Onufmi trying to ward off Capricci in sixth. Chris on a recovery mission in seventh at the moment, with Jedlin also not having the best of times in 8th place, followed by Kiwi in 9th, Exus in 10th, actually getting really, really close to Kiwi as well. I think that's going to be a fresh overtake.
As Exus takes the inside line, I think it's going to pass him before the end. Thank you for the backwards camera, as much as you can't see. As we head into the braking zone, yeah, Kiwi just giving that position up, not fighting it as much, and I don't think he needs to, as Exus makes a mistake. Could Kiwi look for a move into the next corner? He's ducked into the inside, but Exus braking later and getting his braking zone right, but Kiwi is definitely going to have the slipstream coming in out of the first corner.
And Jedlin's pitting.
Hitting.
Yeah, with less than 2 minutes left to go, that just kind of has me wondering if he underfueled the car, and he's lost his wing. So I think he got some more damage off camera there, something that we missed, but he has lost his wing and now pits for, must be said, a fairly short pit stop, but it is costing him yet another position.
I think maybe that was a mandatory pit. I don't think that was a mandatory pit stop.
No, his wing was gone.
I mean, that was a very quick. They literally must have just slapped that thing on and go gone.
Yeah, as soon
Eddie,
as
no
you park it in the
wing.
pits.
Wait, go to Eddie. Go to Eddie's car. Oh my god, that's what Spee means.
Good spot there, Svi.
Eddie.
I don't think Eddie's gonna pit though. I think he's gonna stay out.
And I just realised that Kaiser's also put that in the chat before, so thank you Kaiser and Svi. This is going to be a run to the line. I feel like we're going to be watching potentially, like, you know that scene from Cars where McQueen's lost his tyres and they're gaining slowly and slowly. I wonder if Cornelius could gain. I mean, there is, I believe, one more lap that Eddie has to survive for an entire another lap without a rear wing.
I mean, to be fair, he has experience driving around without a wing. He just did that last Tuesday, I believe, and ended up crashing quite severely after about half a lap, so he should know what to watch out for now. As you can just see in the background there, with 1 lap left to go, Cornelius within a corner of Eddie. Can Eddie survive the mountain section one more time? His
I wonder what it
previous
looks like
lap,
with
8
wing
seconds
camera.
slower. And the gap between him and the car behind is only 5 seconds, so he's going to have to be faster this time around.
Yeah, indeed. So it's definitely going to be going to the line, because I think, can we see? Oh, let's talk about going to the line. It looks like that's Onifi looking for a move on Hazard. They're 3 wide. Oh my god, all squeezing each other. Onifi had nowhere to go there, and I don't know what Kiwi was doing, moving to the left.
You know, Nismo, what's more shocking than this thrilling 3-way fight for P8 is the fact that you have not pronounced Onufmi the same way a single time. Every time that word leaves your mouth, it is pronounced a different way, as he's going for an overtake.
That didn't look like an overtake. That looked more like him trying to... I knew I should have turned sexual content on, because it looked like he was humping the back of Hazard there. That was very, very dangerous.
Quite the move indeed, as we'll quickly double check on Eddie, who is now at the top of the mountain, pretty much, I do believe.
I mean,
and the gap
Conless
now
has been
is
gaining.
3.2.
Yeah, I
3.2
mean,
seconds, Cornelius behind.
It was 7 seconds at the start of this lap, and he's gained about 4 in a matter of time. And you've got to remember, as much as you lose your rear wing in this game, you lose straight line speed as well. So down the straight as well, Eddie is going to be slow as well. But talking about slow, these guys are slowing each other up. Kiwi in front of Anufmi as he whacks the wall.
Yeah, I think Huzar's running away with this battle, so it's... Oh no, he's almost been
That
in the
is
wall.
a commentator's cut as Mats crosses
Wins
the
the race
line to
with an
win.
absolute mile to spare. We'll quickly just double check on Eddie and Cornelius. It's only a couple of corners to go. Cornelius has overshot it. I think that's P3 for Eddie.
Just hanging on there. An amazing final drive by Eddie that I have to give it to him.
Yeah, that is well held there by the controller driver. As Cornelius spins it on the final corner. How close is Caprice? That's going to be an overtake.
Close enough. As I think, no, the line is there. The line is there. I think
Chris
he made it
pass
across the line.
His X is going to gain a position. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, where did you say the line was?
I think the line is just under the bridge, so I think he might have made it to the line potentially. Yeah.
That is such an early area to put the line. That is stupid. Anyway, it looks like Kiwi ends up staying ahead of Onufmi there, and Huzar holds on to 8th, with Jedlin in 11th, followed by Pablo, Texi. Rocketon's doing things out here. I'm not sure if that's on his own. Is Captain Blue involved? No, Captain Blue's finished his race. So a lot of wings died in the Mount Panorama tonight.
Yeah, indeed. But now we're going from GT3. Well, we did start with Caterham Academies, but now at the GT3s. But our next race is going to be probably one of the more simple yet chaotic ones. It's going to be go-karts at a Norwegian track.
Oh, not the Norwegian one.
Known for its change in heights. Elevations, that's it. So we'll be going for another 5-minute break. This time I won't be doing anything weird, because when I did plug in my Ethernet cable, it seemed to have disconnected my main monitor, which is what you saw on the black monitor at this is why you saw black for the start of the race, so I do apologise for that.
That's kind of racist.
But no, honestly though, I mean, I'm just who got the fast lap? Matt's the only one with a 202, Xevious with the only one with 203, and I think Chris and Eddie with the only ones with 204s. So Chris, yeah, having that, I think, small spin definitely hindered him. But the who's the, I can't remember what the name of the blue team is. Fair Sim Racing though, getting P4 and 5, so doing a really good job. But as all the points get updated, I will let you know where everyone finished. It's just being updated right now. So yeah, but anyways, I'll quickly put us to that. But yeah, no, honestly, it's been it's been very interesting. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention this. I probably should have. The carts are in wet weather conditions.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because the lobby settings still seem to be. Oh yeah, it's changing now. It's changing.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is gonna be absolute hell.
I don't think I've ever driven carts in wet weather conditions.
We tried super carts in the wet at Nordschleife before, and I can tell you it was not a good experience.
I've got to say, I mean, no one normally drives carts unless this league does actually like the carts, which, you know, everyone's got their preferences. But do you know what I think this league have done here quite sneakily? I think they've picked a cart that no one ever drives. And on top of that, made the conditions more suitable to them, so they have more chance, which is a very, very clever thing to do. And if that's what they have done, I've got to give it to them. That's very clever.
Well, we know that Mats is fairly tough to beat in practically any sorts of conditions. Even in the cars he says he hates, he tends to do quite well in those as well. So they'll definitely find him a formidable opponent still. But I mean, we've done a fair few karting events at MSR in recent history.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, looking at this track, I think I've done more rally racing on it than go-karting. But I think the last time we did a bit of I think we did, what was it? I think we actually did these karts at this track in the dry weather.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so afraid of what it's going to be in the wet, because it was already quite tough in the dry with how sharp some of these corners are and how little torque the carts had. I'm not sure if these are the same carts or if they're a different class.
They could be a different class. Oh, but I know that I've been told they do have one single gear. So I think they could be the same one that we're thinking of. No, last time
and
we
especially on a controller, I found it very, very hard to maintain momentum in the sharper corners with one gear.
No, I think we did a bunch of karting. I definitely remember us going to this one because I remember getting taken out by double. Yeah, no, it was definitely. And then I think we went to the Brazilian track, and then that's where everyone's engines except for me. Your engine blew it up at the end, Martin. I remember that.
Yeah, you guys
just
thought I wasn't going to make it to the line.
I just overtook you because of that. I remember
Oh.
that. That was very funny. And yeah, I mean, karts are special, and everyone's got their own interests, and you know.
I mean, you know, I like karting in real life, and I've hated karting in this game and in PC too because the handling is just crap. But if you actually have the right setup for the kart, it can completely change the handling of it, and it can make the kart feel like a normal car again. So it can be fun if you have the right setup.
Talking about right setup, I know with these cars, these karts, they're very momentum based, but you can also change the gearing, and I wonder if anyone's shortened or just kept the gearing the same, because I remember from last time I had a great battle, I believe, with funny enough double on one of the karting tracks where there were some slow corners, but there was also a very long straight, and I was able to every time make an overtake on the straight, but then he'd just get me in the next two sharp corners. I wonder if anyone, because I know for certain this track has a hairpin, maybe I think it has two hairpins in sector 2 and at the start of sector 3. So I'm wondering if people are gonna maybe lower their final drives.
I was gonna say, like, how can you have a gear ratio in a car with one gear?
As someone else I think has joined that I haven't seen, a Sunman99, and he is on let me just check. Sunman is Pixel Sim Racing, and I think all the boards have been updated Now, so we'll start from the bottom with 18 points. Currently, it's Pixel Sim Racing. I mean, I can't blame them too much, considering that I think 2 of their drivers, if not 3, have come a bit late. I think 2 of their drivers, one came in Bathurst, and then I think another one just joined us now. Then it is Fair Sim Racing with 34 points. Then it is Sim Sprint Series, the green guys with 37 points in 3rd place. Then Sim Racing Poland, that is Jedlin, Chris's, and Stilva and Camille Stencil in Sim Racing Poland with 57 points in 2nd. And almost 100 points ahead is Moisty Sim Racing. So, I mean, I'm quite surprised by the deficit. You know, of course I was rooting for MSR, but come on, guys. Give them more of a challenge, even if it means wiping them out. I mean, wipe out, who's, as we already see someone, not realising which way to go. I'm very, very interested to see how these handle, honestly. Oh, how are the cameras gonna look on this? Hang on.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay, so first thing we can do is,
Bring back the actual footage, Nismo.
oh, have I not got the... Apologies, guys. There we go. Because these are some really beautiful conditions, I will say.
Absolutely.
I will say, whoever picked the conditions has got very good taste in time. Is that a thing? Good conditions in time? No, good taste in time. I
think you might mean scenery.
see. Yes. But this would a helicopter cam work, or would in this case a drone cam, I think, work for this?
Yeah, I think it would, but you really got to aim it at the car down below and not at the horizon.
I'm not gonna go as high as I did last. I'm gonna go further back.
Yeah, that works. Alright, next cam is roof cam, which I don't know where the roof is on this thing.
I think the
but-
roof would be the head, wouldn't it?
Can you look down on this one? Oh, the feet are. Oh, that's interesting.
Wait, what's wrong with the feet? No, the feet are fine.
It looked like they were going through the plastic in the front of the cart for a moment.
As should we have like a back wheel cam like this?
Sure. It's a nice wet weather tire texture there as we're on the bonnet cam now.
This bonnet. I think that's a bonnet. I feel like we might as well just. Oh, he's gone.
That's good.
We could just keep it like that, to be honest.
Here is the bumper.
And then bumper. We don't need any backwards facing cameras. Wait, can you not do a helmet? Should we try a helmet cam actually? That's a really good point.
What do you mean, cockpit cam?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, we can just. Ah! He's headless. You mean like face it down like like something like this, so it looks like there's a helmet.
No,
Just
that
this
just looks
actually-
like you're riding with a giraffe neck.
No, this looks more like a helmet cam, to be honest.
No, that's too far away to look like an actual helmet cam.
Oh, maybe if I increase the. How's that?
That's a bit better, but still a very long neck.
I mean, you gotta consider it's on the top of his helmet. Helmet's big.
I mean, I guess some people might have slightly more vertically oval-shaped heads, but sure.
Vertically an egg head.
Pretty much. But Xevious is currently on provisional pole, 6/10 ahead of Keza. Xevious's lap time being a 121.001, so he adds 1 millisecond to a flat 123, with Chris currently in a 3rd place, followed by Rokuten. No, Jedlin now in 3rd, but the gap between 2nd and 3rd is quite substantial, so I think a lot of these people just setting banker times for now as they get used to these conditions, which I think most of them are not. So So I think the more competitive times will be coming at the end of the session, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, these are very, very weird conditions indeed.
And I mean, you can see Stivler struggling with what I was struggling with too, and that's out of the sharp corners, just have absolutely zero torque.
Yeah, I mean, you've definitely got to try and take momentum. I think Stivler's just going in a bit too hot.
Let's go on board with our current pace setter Xevious and see how he tackles it.
See the understeer there. Oh, getting a bit of snap there and accelerating. It looks like he's initiated VTEC up the hill.
Huzar is now in P1, and considering where he's been hanging out for most of these races, that is an exceptional position.
Yeah, indeed. Almost 4/10 ahead of Xavier, so a really good lap from him. Ultimate K's takes P2 position, 1.36 tenths behind Huzar.
Yeah, still about 4 or 5 drivers yet to set a lap as well, with Pablo still in the pits, so Pablo may be sitting this one out. Nope, Pablo's coming out of the pits, but he's still not set a lap. And Matt's, another one of the drivers, has only just now set a lap, but he's only in 12th, a good almost 7 seconds off of pole.
Looks like we finally found something that Matt's isn't quick in.
Now, don't count him out just yet. There's still 4 minutes left to go as Xevious spins it round.
I think luckily not touching any walls or anything, so doesn't have to go into the pits and lose whatever brake temp he has.
We're now on board with our current provisional pole sitter Huzar, who does the exact same thing.
We need to stop watching people because I think it's making them self-conscious.
It's a commentator's curse, but without any actual words coming out. Just looking at them makes a mess up. As we're now on board with Keza in second place, as you said, barely over a 10th behind, carrying a lot of speed into these corners. Now Eddie, new provisional pole. Is Keza going to beat that? And he
does!
By another 2 to 3 tenths.
Improves by 6. So, I mean, maybe the track is getting... I mean, I don't see as much rain dropping now, so maybe.
I think it might just be the tires getting up to temperature or something like that.
True, yeah.
And that means anyone who's been in the pits recently is probably not going to be up to speed in these final 3 minutes, as Mats proves Nismo wrong and absolutely destroys Keza by 0.9 seconds, nearly a whole second there. Less than half a tenth away from it being a whole second.
We need to run some tests on this guy. Like, what can't he do in sim racing?
He used to have weaknesses, I'm telling you, but nowadays he seems to have mastered pretty much every kind of vehicle known to mankind and just needs to work on his luck and consistency sometimes.
Oh, his ultimate Kaiser spins
Needs to work on not spinning.
and also hits the wall, so I wonder if he has damage.
Do these carts get damaged that easily? I'm not sure.
I don't know how much, what they would do as well. Wouldn't they technically just make it lighter?
Well, maybe in real life, but now we're going on board with Pablo, the only driver yet to set a time in these final few minutes. As
Eddie!
Wow, Xevious and Eddie.
Oh my god, I did not see. So those two must be right next to each other on this private qualifying. I was going to say Eddie setting the fastest lap, but literally just as I said that, Xevious managed to take it right under from his nose.
Yeah, this is quite impressive stuff here from Eddie, of course, one of the pad drivers, so you'd think he'd be struggling with this car in these conditions, but he is bringing the fight to the top drivers, currently less than a tenth off a pole, but having a bit of understeer there.
I will say, ever since the version 1.6, I've been struggling with a lot of the cars, so to see Eddie just... looks like 1.6 hasn't taken too much of a toll, and he still has this absolutely remarkable pace.
How is he missing so many apexes and still being dead even with his personal
It's
best?
not about the apexes, it's about the momentum. Taking wider lines to get more momentum out of the corner. I think it's clever. And also, there could be rubber on the inside of the corner.
I suppose, as he's going into the final few corners now, so if there's any improvements...
We need to stop watching people once again.
That was a verbal curse. I was talking about improvements, and then he goes and does that. And Xevious has done exactly the same in the same corner.
Stop watching the MSR guys now, okay? We need to look at some...
Huzar's improved back to within a second of provisional pole. And people are going to be starting their final laps now. Pablo has set a lap as well, but he's still in last.
Yeah, so Jedlin and Chris and Anufmi, I was going to say another different name, all out of this session as Matt's proving that he's the quickest one to... I don't know how this guy does it, I'll be honest. This is just stupid at this point. Setting the fastest lap, probably on his second last lap of qualifying here. Huzar is 4 tenths up on his time, but he needs to be at least 7 if he wants to even get P3.
Yeah, and I mean, this is some typical Matt's behavior right here. He gives you the hope, you know, you finally beat his time by a significant margin. You think you're all that, and then at the very death of the session, when there's no more time for you to set any laps, he goes and slaps you in the face with another 7/10 of a second.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane what Mats can do. I mean, I'm not just hyping him up because he's an MSR driver, but
And
he
is that
just...
not an improvement from Huzar? He must have lost significant time in the final sector.
I mean, maybe it was, it did look like it was a bit dodgy on track limits coming into sector 3, so he could have possibly invalidated his lap time there.
Keza now in 5th, a little bit of counter steer in the final corner. Does he improve? He does, but not enough to gain any position. Stays in 5th.
Yeah, I just need another 2 attempts. I swear, every time we watch someone they spin, this is just...
Zminala.
So it's going to be Mats taking pole once again, followed by Xevious, followed by Mats, followed by Huzar. Ultimate K is back in the lobby. Hopefully he doesn't have a blue screen, followed by Judlin in P6. I almost did it. Anufmi in P7, Rockerton in PA, Exus in P9, Barciu? We said that, right? It was Barciu we said. Then Caprich in P11, Chris in P12. I'm not pronouncing your last name. Chris K is what I'm going to call you. Kiwi. See, this is the name we need. Kiwi. It's forward. It's straight. It's a straightforward and it's a simple and it's a cute name. Kiwi.
And then it turns out it's actually pronounced Kiwi.
I swear to God. Captain Blue in P14. Texi1. See, another simple name. Also Captain Blue. You know that's cool. Like that name. Texi1 in P15. See, we've got another. I'm gonna guess that's Pablo because it's P.
Yeah.
Pablo R in P16, Cornelis in P17, Sunman, you see what I mean? Easy names, thank you guys.
It's been a while since I've seen Sunman on the grid.
And Stivler PL to finish off the grid at the back.
Alright,
I just want to thank everyone for first following and also making your name so simple for those who did.
I think in this case it's going to be a little harder to keep track of the teams as the overalls seem to change more than the actual karting liveries. However, even in the same team, you can see these 3 MSR guys. They've all got different overalls on.
Oh my god, is that... Oh my god, that's so annoying. I've just realised that, yeah. And some people have different overalls who are on the same team. Game. No.
So yeah, I won't be able to showcase exactly which team is what at the moment, since the chase cam has been severely changed, of course. But throughout the race, I'm sure we'll figure out who's who as we're about to get underway.
Oh, someone looked like they moved off the line there.
Oh, Mance hasn't gotten off the line. He's lost several positions already. Oh, and there's a crash at the back with Sunman and Onufmi.
Onufmi doesn't seem to be moving.
Meanwhile, Huzar's in the lead, but Eddie's already going for that P1 position down the inside, gets the overtake done side by side for 3 and 4. Who's going to come out on top there? Oh, massive rear-ending there from Keza into Xevious.
Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate for the teammates there. Xevious, though, somehow keeping it ahead of Jedlin. Ultimate Keza now lined up next to Jedlin, going into the next corner, has the inside line, but it's all about momentum with these carts, so it's who has the momentum off the corner. It looks like Ultimate Case and Jedlin still side by side going through this next chicane. Jedlin just able to keep it in front as we head into the next hairpin. As Jedlin, I think, has touched the inside curb, that allows Ultimate Case to go straight up into P3 position.
Yeah, so Keza. Oh no, you've cursed him, and he rear-ends into the barrier. So both Chris and Keza making an absolute meal out of the first lap and losing positions there. Chris, though, recovering back to P4, so not all is lost. Only 3 seconds off the lead, just ahead of Keza. Exus going off the track. Keza going off the track. Track limits do not exist tonight, at least not around here.
And Barcy, you are also having a little spin.
Hold on, where's Eddie?
Eddie
was leading the race, and he is now in 14th.
What on earth has happened to the MSR boys on this karting race? Really good qualifying.
I do not know, but he's had a torrid first lap as Huzar now leads the race by nearly 3 seconds. So this could be our first winner from another league as he tries to consolidate his lead over Jedlin in second. None of the top 3 drivers are MSR affiliated. Exus is the top MSR driver.
Gonna work out who Huzar's driving for. Don't see a Huzar.
Huzar is the red team, I believe.
Red team.
And
Maybe they've called in
same team as Jedlin.
Maybe they've called someone in. I don't see Huzar on the. Maybe
has the whole top 3 here.
As Caprice.
Oh, look at this absolute gaggle of cars. This is insane.
Oh, and there's contact, and it looks like Eddie's gonna make. Oh!
There's absolute murder being committed here. Eddie getting involved too. Oh. I'm out of words as there's another very, very slow driver there. I think it might be Pablo. I'm not sure if he's got damage. You can't really see it on these cards, but that is a very, very dramatic situation there. As there's another car rejoining the track. That's Barciu in 15th. About to lose another spot to Kiwi, his teammate. No, Kiwi stays behind. In the meantime, Huzar still leading this race. 12 minutes left to go. The lead is shrinking. Jedlin is catching him by about a second lap at this rate. Chris, though, still in third. Matt's making up more positions. He has now overtaken Exus as well. Keza, another teammate for him. Next up the road, I think Barciu. No, someone's had an incident. It's Pablo.
But yeah, Sim Racing Poland, a 1, 2, 3 right now. As that's Eddie. Is that who is that? Is that Eddie?
Is that a lapped car? Oh, there's another driver in the background losing himself. That's Xevious. I don't know where Eddie is or what he's doing, but
maybe it wasn't. I don't know who it was. Someone was in a white livery spinning as Eddie almost goes into the side. A bit of contact there between Captain Blue.
Oh, there is contact there on the curb. Eddie spins and loses a spot to Rakuten and to Texi as well. So yeah, momentum, but especially revs as well, playing a huge role in these carts. Even the smallest mistake can kill your race. Eddie, who was leading this race at the start, is now 25 seconds off the lead, as Stivler now trying to overtake Rakuten, who just put it in the wall. They make contact.
Yeah, I think Rakuten not properly seeing it, but he goes for the undercut.
Oh.
And side by side, a bit more contact, almost forces Stilveren off the road.
Where'd the other car go? Rakuten gained a lot of time by cutting that chicane. Meanwhile, it's an absolute brawl now for P2 between Chris, Keza, and Matt. Jedlin's dropped down to 5th.
Yeah, I think Matt and Ultimate Case needs to play. Well, I think Ultimate Case needs to play a team game where he potentially dives Chris here and allows Matt to get through by just slowing both of their momentums.
We go on board with Mats now as Kez is going side by side just up ahead, trying the under and over, but does not quite have the speed yet. Just listen to the revs on that tiny little engine.
Matt's getting a really good exit there.
Yeah, Matt's gaining a lot of time on these two in this sector. Oh, Keza impeded yet again. Chris is parking it on the apex. Huzar's got to be loving this. He's gained 2 seconds this lap on this bunch.
I
Keza giving up that position now to his teammate, I think.
Yeah, indeed. Matt's probably very thankful. And hopefully will make more of a meal of Chris than Ultimate K's does. But yeah, Chris doing a really good job.
Isn't making a meal of something a bad thing?
Well, you eat meals, and if you make a meal of something, I'm eating that meal, so it's a good thing in my book.
Is advocating for cannibalism. As Matt's already side by side, is that going to be an overtake around the outside?
Oh,
no, he's got
Chris has
understeer.
spun!
And he has spun, and Kaze has gotten caught up in that as well. So Jedlin recovering 2 positions there in 1 corner. Back up to P3. Matt's now 8 seconds behind the leader with 8 minutes left on the clock.
How is making a meal of something bad?
Well, the engineer always says you're about to lap someone and don't make a meal of it and stuff like that.
You know, don't spend too long eating. What you should say. Oh,
As we're currently on the very, very cool bumper cam here for Keza, trying to get past Chris yet again, who now has not one.
oh, Kaze's touched too much curb!
Yeah, so that is. I was gonna say he's got 2 poles to deal with, but now he's got himself to deal with as well. As his teammate Xevious sends it up the inside, easy overtake there. Exus, a little bit further behind, but also in the same sector. So the pack is starting to spread out quite a bit now, but there's still side-by-side action going on between Eddie and Caprice. And
Eddie
behind as well with Rokuten and Stivler.
Yeah, looked like a bit of looked like they were making a meal out of each other there. As I think Stivler got taken off the track. So yeah, Trouble does confirm yes he did. As Pexi getting a better exit compared to Stilvern, but not able to do anything yet about it.
Meanwhile, Pablo trying to get past this here Kiwi.
So the I'm just gonna call you N6 if that's okay. Asking. Oh, sorry, one sec. As Pablo down the inside of Taxi, but he's gone too deep, and that's allowed. Of Kiwi. Oh, but there's a big contact.
I would say door banging, but these cars don't have doors. As they and that's a sideways door, a backwards door bang, facing the wrong direction while rubbing the doors together. The non-existent doors, that is. That is remarkable stuff. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So Kiwi giving us quite a unique racing scenario there as he drops back down to P16. I think someone else losing positions there as well. Eddie among them, he's spun around.
Yeah, very unfortunate. But yeah, exactly what Fennec and Trouble said. Yeah, Ultimate K's winning the first race and Matt's VR46 winning the second one. So I think tonight it's this is going to be the first race that I believe a different league wins, and I think that is so far going to be Sim Racing Poland PC.
And it's remarkable as well because ever since Matt's got into P2, he has stopped catching the leader. As a matter of fact, Huzar is pulling away ever so slightly. So with only 5.5 minutes left on the clock, unless Huzar makes a big mistake, this win is not going to go to MSR.
And already I think I can guess
he makes a mistake.
Already I can guess who N6 is rooting for. From the fact that they were said Polaska Gorom for
not Polaska, Nizmo, that is Polska.
Polska. Is that how you say it? Polska.
Yes.
And Gorom.
It's at least more close to how you would say it, but I think Xevious is now fighting Chris for 3rd, so that's a new battle that's going on. That means Jedlin's lost positions yet again. Quite significantly too. He is no longer in that fight for 3rd.
Jedlin. Indeed, as Xevious almost had a bit of a moment there out the corner.
Yeah, Jedlin's had pretty good pace, but he's suffering from a minor case of Eddie at the moment, who's also been having his fair share of trouble this race, despite his very, very good initial pace. So, yeah, I think even after that mistake from Huzar, Matt's only caught him by 1 second, so keeping it clean for the rest of the lap. As far as we can see at the moment, but now Texi and Barsu side by side yet again. The limited yellow car there, not all that much yellow on it, but you can definitely still tell whose it is.
Yeah, indeed, as we head round the first corner into the sort of hairpin, I'd say. It's a very tight corner, for sure, and Texi makes it very wide indeed.
We go back on board once again, but we'll quickly double check on the fight for P3, because Xevious is within dive-bombing distance, essentially. Chris only has to
I mean,
miss
if
about
he's
one
going to
corner.
dive bomb from this distance, he's going to kill the man. As we've
Well,
got 3 minutes.
I didn't say he should do it, but he could. That's all I'm saying.
He's got 3 minutes 40 left on the
Oh,
slope.
the grass is grabbed
Oh
him.
my god!
And is Jedlin spun as well, so that could be Keza if he's able to catch them on time, which he's not. He's too far behind. That definitely puts them back in his visor, though.
Yeah, and I mean, he gains so much. As Eddie goes side by side with Caprice, goes very, very wide off the corner, gives the position back, but then tucks into the inside of Caprice, the inside to the next corner, but he's going to be on the outside with a fast left-hander, almost off the track, barely on the curb. And I think he's going to be able to sweep around the outside.
Very, very riveting stuff there as the battle for P16 continues on as well, but I think Texi has made the move stick for now, so we're going to go back to the fight for what is now P5 between Chris and Keza. Keza has managed to catch the Polish man, and they are not very far away from Jedlin at all. Meanwhile, Mats has caught the leader by another second, but a gap of 6.5 seconds is not going to be an easy thing to get rid of in the last 2.5 minutes of this race. We're currently on lap 10.
Yeah, and if these were MSR track limits, that would be a slap bang penalty right there. But I don't know what the track limits are like. I think it would probably be the game track limits for this multi-league skirmish.
Very well could be, as Keza, not for the first time this race, facing the same two drivers, so is he going to be able to get past Chris this time? As it definitely looks like it as they both go wide, but he manages to once again park it on the apex of a fairly quick corner. That's got to be frustrating.
Oh, I don't know if that was a little bit of a hit there, but it looks like...
Sounded like it.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a bit of... I mean, I don't know what that noise was, but it sounded like a dun dun dun. Like
I'll
FBI
tell you what
opener.
that noise was. That was Mats' hopes of winning this race going down the toilet, as he is now 12 seconds off the lead, so he's had a massive spin there. What on earth is going on here? Is he racing a lapped car?
I have no idea. I think that's, yeah, indeed a lapped car.
Very, very interesting indeed. I think one of the... I wonder if Eddie was the other one. No, Eddie's... I think
that was
someone
Xevious.
else might be using an MSR livery.
I think that's Xevious.
Xevious?
Is it not? Yeah,
No,
it
I
was
think
Xevious. It was
I think that
Xevious.
was someone else ahead of him, though. See, there's another car up there. I don't think that car just ahead of him is Matt's.
I think
Matt's
that's...
is 7 seconds up the road.
I think that was Stivler. Not Stivler. Stivler P. Yeah, Stivler PL. Yeah.
No, Stivler's in a blue car. Let's quickly double check these cars here.
Ah, Sunman.
Oh, Sunman, interesting.
Sunman is in the yellow livery. Should be in the yellow livery.
Oh, I see. It's just a livery that looks so similar. That's why it was confusing.
No, that isn't it. You're right. That isn't the yellow livery. That's a purple livery.
Yeah, but it looks almost the same as the MSR one, so that's why I was confused there. So let's go back to the Keza battle. Still has not gotten past Chris. Not too much of a surprise considering how much of a brick wall Chris has posed to Keza this race. As I think they're lapping someone there.
Indeed.
And I think someone is dropping positions. I think Kiwi getting an overtake on his teammate Barsiu for 13th position as we're now entering the final few seconds of this race. This will be the final lap, lap 12, that Huzar is now on route to win the first race of the evening for his league. A good 12 seconds ahead of Mads. I don't think a lot of people can say that they've done that before.
Yeah.
Is Barsiu losing positions again, I think, or is this thing just messing with me? It's very close between the teammates either way.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, incredibly close. Almost sniffing each other's bumpers there. And down the hill.
Yeah, we're now watching Captain Blue chasing down Cornelis for 9th. Eating up all of the curb that is humanly possible as Matt's losing a couple more seconds there, potentially about a half spin on that previous curb. And the leader now lapping several drivers as well. This is a fairly short track. Gap to last place is 2.5 minutes, so some people definitely struggling tonight.
Yeah, indeed. And Hazard, as soon as he got in front of the rest of the drivers, he just made it his job to win tonight as he crosses the line and beats the closest person, Matt's VR46, by about 15 seconds.
And now Keza continuing this incredible battle going into the final lap. Now, is he going to manage to get past Chris into the final few corners? Will he do it, or will he continue to suffer until the very end of this race?
Oh, he's got the momentum!
But he's not got the space. That's another brick wall from Chris. And again.
Can he try it around the outside?
Gonna have to be a switchback if he does. But no, Chris holds on.
Oh, but he's got the momentum, but across the line, Chris keeps the position. Ultimate Case has to settle for P5.
Remarkable battle, that one. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that as Jedlin just behind Exus in 7th currently. I think Captain Blue is still in quite the skirmish with his teammate Caprice, though.
Yeah, and Eddie just ahead of them.
Oh,
If
yeah,
Eddie
that's
makes a
Eddie.
mistake.
Wait, no, Eddie is 5 seconds up the road to these
Who's
guys.
that
That might be Cornelis.
Yeah, that's
They'll go
Connie.
into the
Yeah,
final
yeah.
corner together. No more overtakes there.
Pablo, I do not blame you one bit for saying that go-karter sucks. I mean, it was very interesting.
That was the most entertaining race for me so far.
Yeah. As Hazard wins by quite the margin, followed by Mats, followed by Exevius, followed by Chris, K, Ultimate Kaiser, Jedlin, Exus, Eddie, Cornelis, Caprice, Captain Blue, Rocketon, Kiwi, Barcu, Pablo, Silver PL, Texi1, and Stunman 99.
I will say, Nismo, this is one of the cases where I do appreciate your thoroughly British accent, because our race winner is called Huzar, but so far every time you said his name, it sounds like Huzzah. Which is
Huzzah!
applicable when you win a race.
Well, if you're gonna win a race, you might as well be called Huzzah. At
Exactly.
That point.
I like that.
If he gets into first place again, I'll say Huzzah every time, and then otherwise it's Huzzah from now. Yeah, Huzzah is good. Yes, yes. I'm very surprised that he beat Mats by 15 seconds. But now we are going to be heading on to the next race tonight, which is going to be Formula Inters with light rain starting with damp conditions at Guapor. So a very, very unusual track. Hang on, do you know what I've just realised?
No.
I got my livery pack on for the league.
Whoops.
So, we might have some different... Okay, this is
Actually, I still have mine on as well, so this is going to be a little bit of a tough one, I think.
So, for those who are watching, who are in the race, whatever you're going to be running, we will see different of. The MSR guys will probably see the same thing we're seeing. But, yeah, I think, from the looks of it, so who's running what livery? So, Jedlin's team is running Svee's livery. Is Andrew in here?
In the chat or in the game?
In the chat. Because, blue team...
He just said you can't drive a T-Rex, so I think he is in there.
Fair Sim Racing are running Andrew's livery. And Ultimate Kaiser, and I'd put Escher isn't probably in the chat, but Ultimate Kaiser for Moisty Sim Racing and probably the rest of the Moisty Sim races are running Escher's livery. And Green Team, also known as Sim Sprint Series, are running HGM1s. And
Oh goodness.
I think
Seeing some interesting rumors around this reposter fellow.
reposter.
Yeah, look at Urko's message. And note, Keza, we unfortunately still have livery mode turned on for the both of us.
Because the sign drivers to the event without then went skip. I didn't, Kaiser. I don't know how to disable it, so we are going to be seeing some different liveries.
Yeah, that's actually one thing that I kind of preferred about the PC2 mods that we had, is you actually had to put it into a thing and you could activate it and deactivate it at will, but with these we just inject the file straight into the game, so I'm not sure how to extract that.
But you know, it's fine, it's fine. I'm sure it won't make too much of a difference on what teams we see, because I think everyone's in different liveries as far as I'm concerned. Just delete I'll have to leave the game though to delete the files. That's the only thing.
I don't even know where those files are.
I know where they would be. Repost a hate train. Take the. Hold on. If I take them out right now, will it? And add. And add a A in the end. Okay, hold on.
No, he's saying
like a dash, yeah.
Add a dash, yeah.
Hold on, let me get the files. File Explorer. This PC. Jesus Christ! Once again, I don't have any. Hey guys, could you things repress that are better? Greetings reposter. Well, I thought we didn't like the reposter. Mate.
He's a confidant.
Let me find the info. See if I can. There, got it. The maps, common, Automobilista 2. God, when do I go now?
And then Nismo just deleted the cars and we saw a bunch of floating drivers for the race.
Tell me it wouldn't be exciting.
Oh, the lobby is starting.
Looks like we're gonna just have to have some liveries. So I think no, everyone should be in. So Svi was on a team with Exevius, and I didn't see Exevius' livery. Wildmouth was on a team with Cuckoo. I didn't see Cuckoo's livery. And I think I saw HGM1, which I know is a different livery. So I think none of the teams are correlating with each other, so I think this should be fine. We should be okay on liveries, but drivers, if you do get confused when viewing my stream back, it is because I do have a livery mod on, so I do apologise. I forgot to take it off. Let's just have a quick look at all the cars, just so I can make sure what teams are in what cars. Also,
and we got to deal with the cameras as well.
Yeah. I've been told, Karlov, I don't have any more drink left. Can I give that back? Or should I go quickly downstairs and grab some drink after we set up the cameras? I'll go get some drink in a sec.
Wait, isn't this literally one of the tracks we did as well in these cars?
No, hold on, which team is Creech in?
He's in the Benson and Hedges Jordan.
Cut to Captain Blue is in the blue. No. First of all, wait, what are MSR in? Okay, so Captain, what livery is MSR in?
So Captain Blue is BMW, and MSR is in.
Okay.
The other yellow car.
Okay, so MSR are in the yellow cars. Pixel Sim Race.
Not all the yellow cars. There's also the Jordan, remember?
Oh my god. Okay, no, now we are gonna. This is why I was absolutely upset when in the race these liveries were so close. Okay, at least green team are green. Green team are green in this one. Okay, no, this was made for it. So Moisty Sim Racing and Fair Sim Racing, I believe, are. I swear I've just seen 5 liveries now. Stivler is in. This is Sim Racing Poland. Yeah. So that's okay. So Sim Racing Poland are blue for this race. Fair Sim Racing are yellow and black, but the more descriptive one. And then Sim Sprint Racing are still green. Moisty Sim Racing are yellow.
Yellow and black, right? Isn't it?
Yellow and black, but a more modern design.
You can refer to the MSR one as the dead puma. You can see the dead puma on the back of the car. It says coma. And then the other one is, of course, the famous, where's that car? Benson and Hedges Jordan. So fairly iconic livery, that one. Should be easy to recognize.
Yeah, so everyone should be able to recognize what team they are running in, though. I do apologise, I did forget to take off the livery pad.
Alright, then let's get these cameras in order real quick.
Okie dokie, so we'll first get our... Xevious, don't you dare spit. That counts. How do we do this? Alright, we'll just do a inside camera for now. Like that. And what is this? Is this the nose bumper? Sorry, yep, got that working. Helicopter.
Iconic song, that one.
And
very interesting to see the light actually flashing in the rain here.
oh my god, it is, isn't it? Because that was never a thing before, was it?
I don't recall it being so.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
So you got the chase cam in order. Now next up is the roof.
I think the roof camera's fine like this. What do you think? Or should I bring it back a bit?
Yeah,
like...
sure. Keep that in there. That's nice. Bonnet's up next. No. Oh, just... Yeah, put that back on his head.
Put it back on his head. There we go.
There we go. Okay, nice. Now bonnet.
That should be fine like that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can do whatever you said you were gonna do after finishing the
grab a drink, and you have to listen to Martin's beautiful voice for however long I'm gone.
And then I'll just be quiet, and they'll think my beautiful voice is just. Absolutely accurate engine noise there as Keza goes provisional pole, but is about to set another lap. It's not improved, but that lap would have still been good enough for provisional pole. Excess a 10.5 behind. Just starting a new lap now as well. Huzar in the top 3 again. Seems to be picking up steam in the second half of this event tonight. A lot of drivers still have not set any laps with just 5 minutes left on the clock. Including Matt as well. Matt's, I believe, taking pole in all the races so far. Not winning all of them though, only won 1 of 3 so far, but strong positions in all of them to finish. Yet to finish off the podium, actually. So good evening by his standards, for sure. Looks like Eddie struggling with that rear end. Quite an impressive drift, though, must be said. Of course, yet again, qualifying done in pure isolation, so we can only see 1 car at a time. No interference from the other cars out on track. We'll go on board with Eddie and take a look at these beautiful pad inputs. Meanwhile, Keza setting a new provisional pole with a 119.872. And Matt's joining him in second place 2.5 tenths back.
Hello, hello.
Welcome back. We've just gotten a first sub 120 by Keza. Matt's setting his first lap, ending in P2. And Onufmi climbing up to third, so a good start by Onufmi as well.
Yeah, I've got some insider intel as well that the MSR guys did do a league on this. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was in fact Keza who ended up winning the league. So, yeah, very interesting. I'm surprised they picked this track, considering it was, I think, was it round 1 or pre-season? This track, I think no, it was round 2 because there was that massive crash.
Yeah, that weird one right in this corner.
Yeah, coming out of this corner and then between, I think it was this little hitch to the right. No, he's running on controller, but for some reason on the screen, as myself also a controller player, it comes up as constantly going left. So, you know, both me and Martin are also controller players. I mean, I might be getting wheel soon, but
I mean, I have a wheel, I just don't use it.
I know, you're so weird. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
No, I
it was
accept
round
that.
1, okay. But no, Eddie is running on a Xbox controller, I believe, Xbox One controller.
Ha! Imagine not using the 360.
The 360 is an ancient piece of garbage.
How dare you? The Xbox 360 controller walked so you could run.
But yeah, so Ultimate Kaiser still has hold. Eddie 3 seconds up on his time.
Xevious on Onufmi managing to put it in just 1/10 quicker than Matt, so that's probably not going to stand for much longer if Matt is able to finish another lap. Of course, only 1.5 minutes left, so if he bins it, then that will be the end of his qualifying. Let's quickly go on board with Keza and see what sorts of techniques he is applying to his racing craft.
Is Urko driving?
Oh, that is a
is there
lot of
also
curve
another
there.
controller
I'd be surprised if he
driver on the
approved.
grid? Full test.
Sorry, what there?
There might be another controller player on the grid.
I would not be too surprised about that, but Mats has now stolen provisional pole from Keza, nearly 4/10, and Xevious has improved as well, but not enough to leapfrog Keza, so he stays in third.
I'm pretty sure, so far, every event out of the 3 out of 3 races that we've run, Mats has got pole every time.
Yep.
Huh? How?
He's Mats. How are you surprised at this point?
He's somebody stop this guy.
Well, he's not won more than 1 race so far tonight, but he has finished every race up on the podium, so it's looking good points-wise.
Talking about points, do you want a quick run over of what teams are where?
No.
Okay.
No, go right ahead.
So in last place is Pixel Sim Racing with 25 points. In 4th place is Sim Sprint Series with 49. Very close to Sim Sprint Series with 51 points is Fair Sim Racing. And then in 2nd place is Sim Racing Poland PC with 110 points. But
Chris has just taken pole at the end of the session by 7/10.
Who?
Wow.
Chris? Wow. Beat it. Is he so?
And Mats is out of qualifying, so he stays second. That is the first non-Mats pole of the evening.
Damn, that is
Taken by Chris in the blue car. Jedlin, no, Jedlin's taking provisional pole. How much faster is this track getting at the very end of the session? That is insane track evolution.
Yeah, very, very. I mean, is anyone else on the lap? Or
I can't tell because it starts glitching out once the timer stops running, so I can quickly double check this way, but I think this car might still be pushing. I think that is Xevious.
that's X's.
Oh yeah, it is Exus, sorry.
Texas, yeah, pushing it. Currently 6th place. Can he improve? He's going to have to improve by 2 seconds if he wants to do anything.
And he can't. Mats is not even on the front row. That is an upset.
That is, well, for MSR maybe, but it's going to be an absolute joy for Sim Racing Poland. Getting a 1-2 in the Formula Inters, beating MSR at their own race so far in qualifying.
Yeah, looks like it was mainly a difference in sectors 1 and 3 there, so not entirely sure what would have made the difference specifically, but regardless, impressive laps by the two teammates there.
Yeah, indeed, but Moisty Sim Racing still 105 points ahead of Sim Racing Poland. So Sim Racing Poland are going to have to get some top positions now if they have any chance of wanting to beat MSR tonight.
We do hope, of course, that any beatings will be done on the track without contact and the spirit of fair sports, after all.
Yes, Eddie, I know, I left it on. I'm sorry, but the green team is still green. That's all that matters. Okay?
Just look at the amount of yellow and what kind of annoys me about this one is the white cars look very similar to the blue cars from here, and of course the yellow and black ones. I mean, those could not look more similar, really. At least you got like that one red car back there. Who is that? It is Carrie Lynn, so that's a new driver.
Carolyn for... What team is that for?
I'm not sure if they have a teammate.
No,
Yeah, no, I think that may be the only car with that livery.
Huh.
A one-person team.
Where did they come from?
One livery to rule them all. As I think we should be getting underway very, very soon here now.
Oh, not find out that's from Fennec's livery. So Fennec noticed that before we did, I think. Oh no. This ain't gonna be fun.
Oh, sinking. Yep.
A
That's
lot of
classic.
it. As
AMS2
the
special.
clock ticks down. And
That's an
oh my
awful start
god,
for the front feet drivers
so-
and contact in the midfield.
That desync absolutely affecting everyone, but Matt's straight up into first place. Someone called him Lando Norris at the start of this multi-league skirmish.
He hasn't even left the grid. He's still standing. Yeah, that has unfortunately ruined what could have been a great battle. I think that discrepancy in the start there being due to the desync, so that is Matt's instantly gaining those two positions and robbing the fans of a fight there. That is quite a shame, but good start for Mats nonetheless. Chris getting pursuit in second with Caprice now in third. Jedlin in fourth position. Huzar still fifth. Keza down to sixth. And a lot of side-by-side action going on right behind them.
Yeah, looks like a lot of the MSR. Oh!
There was a bit of contact there, but the worst has been avoided. For Barciu down to T19, so now in last place. I think we have lost Onufmi though.
Indeed, as they head around the corners. A lot of the MSR guys very close together, P5 and 6 and 7. And the front runners...
Oh, and that's one of the blue cars off into the barriers. And another one.
It's very...
Chris is one of them. Chris is down to 15th from second
No!
place.
That is so unfortunate. Yeah, it was in second place, and that is very...
He's essentially pulled a Gillish there. It was in the same sector too, I think. Massively unfortunate there. That's probably going to be another easy win for Mats if he can keep this one on the track with Jedlin, his nearest rival, a whole 2.3 seconds down the road. As Matt's taking a bit too much curb there.
Nufmi giving a bit of information saying that his steering wheel disconnected, and then his internet crashed, and now the game, it's all bad things. And also mentioned that Carolyn is racing for Pixel Racing. Even though they might be in a different Louis, they are racing for Pixel Racing, so they are in this fight.
Good to know. Thanks for the heads up there as we go on board with Huzar now chasing down Chris, but I think Chris just focusing on making up more positions there as he approaches the back end of Barciu in P13.
I love these flashing lights now. It's so cool.
It's a nice touch, I will say, but there's a car that's having a not so nice touch in the middle of the grass there, and it's Rakuten.
No.
Is that a safe rejoin? Seems to be for the time being. Chris now passing Sunman as well. Sunman behind Barciu. I think someone else is off the track. Who is that? Okay, I seem to have missed who that was, but either way, Chris now overtaking Barciu, or is Barciu getting back at him? I'm not sure. Oh, and that's almost 3 wide in the background there.
I think Caprice and Jed and Exus also going very, very close together.
Oh, yep. And these two not teammates, despite how similar their cars look. Exus driving for MSR, Caprice driving for
Ultimate Case as well, just in the background, so he's going to be wanting to make some sort of benefit from this. As Exus late on the brakes, makes it all the way around the outside even before the corner started.
As we go helicam.
Ultimate K's looking for a move down the bottom of the screen. Oh, goes to the left. Caprice not defending the inside line. Ultimate K's going for it. Later on the brakes, can Caprice respond in any way? It doesn't look like he's going to have the grip.
Meanwhile, Huzar now getting past Rakuten for 13th.
And I can say Huzar definitely had a huzzah there as he passed it, but someone who's not having a huzzah is Sunman, unfortunately, losing about 2 or 3 places in one corner.
They're making it back to the track safely. Rakuten, though, very, very slow in this sector. I mean, Sunman's only just rejoined the track and he's already hounding that 13th position car there, as we have someone coming into the pits. It's Eddie.
I wonder, does Eddie probably have some damage then?
I didn't see any. Hopefully he hasn't just underfueled the car.
They're taking. Wait,
like
hold on. There's an actual there's an animation
He's
now.
putting slicks on. And he's floating. So we have the classic AMS2 bug there. Oh, they've put him down.
Did you see that though? The crew actually did something.
Yeah, he's at least my game's telling me that he has slicks now, so that's gonna be fascinating to see because it is still raining.
Yeah, but his crew. Sorry, I'm just amazed by his crew. Moved, their hands moved and put the tires on and off.
We had that like a decade ago in PC2.
Yeah, but this is automobilicity.
PC2 walked so this game could crawl. Now let's go back to the actual on-track fighting as Xevious now approaching Caprice for P5 as well. The MSR guys slowly getting up to steam after that interesting desync start there.
Yeah, once again, these guys are not teammates. I do unfortunately have my livery mod on. As Xevious looking for a move, trying to make it 3-4-5 for the MSR guys.
I think you're forgetting that the MSR guys are also leading this race.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Matt's was. My mouse was on the first place guy, so it wasn't showing Matt's. But yeah, Matt's in first place, leading by almost 4 seconds now. Yeah.
Now Huzar and Cornelis going side by side. Huzar taking the position and on board with. Well, looking at Kiwi right now, fairly close to Cornelis. Could be on for an overtake if the inside is left open into the next corner. But decides not to risk it on the brakes. Cornelis sending it fairly deep. Keeping it all under control. Still in the slipstream of the car ahead, potentially looking to take back that position. So a little further down the grid, we have Rakuten chasing down Captain Blue again for 13th, and 13th now spinning out. Captain Blue is going to be feeling blue after that one. That is a very costly spin. Down from 13th to 16th. Could be 17th if Pablo has anything to say about it. And Pablo does have something to say about that.
The Karlov, that's funny because Mats wouldn't speak. As I mean, maybe he might say no or hello, but never really heard the guy speak. As Eddie looking for a move on Sunman.
Yeah, I mean, he's surviving on whatever tires that he's running. He's improved on his PB by 4 seconds.
Desync playing quite effectively here because I think... Is he? Hold on. Where is... Yeah, no, sorry, yeah, sorry. I think it was just the intervals looking weird.
It looks like a lot of people are improving their lap times, though, so I think the track probably is starting to ramp up a bit, but not appreciating it and using the grass instead.
Yeah, so maybe, yeah, the track getting into some slick conditions, that's for sure, because, I mean, Eddie's been making... Where's Eddie? Oh, no, yeah, Eddie in P14 after the
he
pit
pitted,
stop.
remember?
I do wonder...
Meanwhile, the two teammates here, looks like Exus could end up slingshotting Xevious into 4th. Not fighting it whatsoever. The two teammates give each other plenty of breathing space. Two coma cars continuing on.
I think back marker spinning ahead.
Not sure which one that could have been, but
I think that was it was Fenix livery, so I think that
would have been Carry
the
then.
carrot, yeah.
Scary slows down to let the others go by. Car's still in one piece, so not having the worst of times, but maybe not quite used to the rainy conditions. As we quickly double check on our leader, as that's another back marker getting out of the way. Matt's leading this race by 6.5 seconds ahead of Jedlin. Jedlin himself now fighting off Keza for 2nd place, and this is actually ramping up to be a pretty decent fight.
Yeah, indeed, as Keza gets a mighty exit off the corner and just bullet bills past Jedlin there.
I mean, I hope that's not the end of the fight, because otherwise that's another commentator's curse. Jedlin stays in the slipstream, but of course does not have the straight line speed to send it on the inside of turn 1.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it looks like the rain's got a bit heavier again. So if Eddie has gone onto slicks...
He's still improving on his PBs. Well, hold on. Has Mats spun the car? Mats has given first to Keza.
Hey?
Oh, but Keza could be all collected. And that brings Jedlin back into the fight as well. Jedlin has passed Mats for 2nd.
So we've now got a 3-way battle for 1st. MSR guys having to slow down for that back marker spinning. And now it's Mats who's gone down from P1. Was leading for quite a mile.
Oh,
and is now...
Yeah, it's just remarkable because Mats, with a massive lead, not really any reason to be taking any risks there. Managing to lose it in a very, very similar fashion to Gillish, as looks like Jedlin trying to break the slipstream, but not working too well. He's going to try and hold on to that inside line into T1.
Yeah, here we go. So it's not actually Ultimate Kaiser versus Jedlin, it's Mats versus Jedlin. Jedlin holding the inside line, Mats round the outside. Jedlin's going to keep his car ahead of Mats, but Mats might have a bit more momentum coming out the corner. Looks for the inside line, Jedlin covering him off. They head into the second corner.
Oh, but Jedlin's touched too much grass. It's the absolute #1 weakness for most gamers. As he holds on to the inside once again, Matt's probably thinking about the switchback here. But Jedlin parking it on the apex expertly. And Keza driving off into the non-existent sunset. So this looks like another win for Keza, which I feel like most of the Keza wins are ones you wouldn't expect him to win because his rivals keep making mistakes.
Yeah. As Jedlin taking once again a defensive line, trying to hold on to that P2. That's all helping Ultimate K's to win it. He's made about 4 seconds in about 2 laps.
And we'll quickly double check on these guys as well. I think Eddie's just made an overtake on Stivler for 12th. Going back to this fight now, Mats has a much better run than Jedlin.
Just absolutely bullet bills past him like Ultimate K's did all those laps ago.
Makes you wonder what he keeps doing wrong on that final corner exit, but that is two MSR drivers again taking the top 2 positions. 2.5 minutes left to go. Mistakes can still be made.
Yeah, that's definitely been proven from Mats, I think.
Which is unfortunate because he had the pace to win every single one of these races, I think, except for maybe the karting one.
I think his luck at this track is just extremely unfortunate. I think last time he was here, he got involved in probably one of the biggest MSR crashes I can
in
think
recent
of.
history, yeah.
Yeah, other than the IndyCar one.
Well, there was the other one where he lost it in the final corner too, I think.
True, yeah.
So yeah, it's...
No, that was Fee. If you're talking about last corners.
No, it's not just Fee nowadays. We've had a couple of other people pull us Fee as well.
Okay.
But yeah, looks like the main battle right now going on for P10 between Kiwi and Cornelis. So let us go on board with the, I assume, Polish driver as they navigate through traffic.
Back marker letting both of them by.
Oh, I think P17 has left the track. That is Sunman.
Hopefully he gets, as he watches that battle that we were just watching a second ago.
And that was actually an overtake for position. So Carey, by continuing on, has now overtaken Sunman. And now they both have to make space for Xevious as he comes through in 4th. And yet again, another overtake here, this time for P17 between Carey and Sunman. Who's going to out-drag the other on the straight? What is
They're
Sunman
giving each
doing?
other a lot of space there.
Maximum safety precautions there as Sunman gives up the position back to Carey. So we'll quickly double check on this fight. Wow, that's an absolute send from Huzar around the outside, but he's gone too deep.
I'm surprised they kept their car on that outside line there. Looks like they almost lost it. They've especially got to watch out considering that their teammate is just behind them.
And Kiwi is off the track but rejoins. And as you say, yeah, Chris over here getting very, very close to the rear end of Huzar and taking the position as Huzar loses the rear end yet again. Huzar has the inside line for the next corner. These two teammates are not giving each other the position for sure. No team orders here. So
Yeah.
Barcy is definitely going to be enjoying this fight.
They head.
On board
Oh
with,
no, Chris has lost it!
But he manages to keep it more or less in the right direction. Who's the closest car behind?
That
It is
was
Cornelis.
definitely a Max Verstappen of a spin there.
I'd call that one a Charles Leclerc.
John Leclerc doesn't do 360s.
Yeah, he does. He did that in a Sauber.
Yeah, but he didn't survive. I mean, when I mean survive, I mean like his car didn't survive.
Yeah, it did.
Max
It was
does
in
the.
Hockenheim.
What about Hungary? Max Verstappen and
Who
Hungary.
cares about Hungary? Leclerc did it first. Anyway, it looks like Eddie has gotten past Cornelis while we were bickering, and that puts him right on the back of Chris now, who seems to have lost some pace after rejoining the track there. And I do believe we are on the final lap as well, so let's quickly... Wow, that was an easy overtake for Eddie. I think his slicks really helping him there as Keza wins the race, followed by his teammate Mats. Jedlin bringing home the honors for P3, taking a lot of curb and grass there, but holding on to the podium. Xevious and Exus just behind. Another strong result for MSR. Caprice in 6th, also bringing it home for his team. And Huzar with Barciu right behind, also coming into the final few quarters now. See if he's able to hold on to that P7 position with one corner left to go. And he has gone deep.
But Barciu's
loses it and smashes his car into the barrier after the final corner. That gives another position to Eddie and to Chris. Eddie just keeps on spinning. Oh, that's the teammate.
Oh, and he's got
Oh,
an absolutely terrible
has he even
rejoin
crossed
there.
the line yet? I don't think he's finished yet.
I think he's
Oh,
just
my
crossed the
goodness.
line now.
that was the most horrendous finish to a race for a driver that I have seen in years.
Rejoin the chat, but not only hitting a car, but your teammates. That's very
And
unfortunate.
losing. I mean, what position were they in when that started? They were like P7 or 8, and they ended up finishing, well, almost half the grid further down. That was almost shameful, honestly.
All right, so
And I will give a shout out to Eddie there, because he managed to recover back to P8 despite being the only car to pit.
damn, that's impressive, to be honest. I don't think even any of the MSR boys were expecting anyone to pit there. But yeah, Ultimate K's in P1, Matt's in second, Judlin in third, Exevius in fourth, Exus in fifth, Caprich in sixth, Huzar in seventh, Eddie in eighth, Chris in ninth, Cornelius in 10th, Kiwi in 11th. I forgot what number I said. Yeah, 11th. As I also need to take a sip of the drink because Carlover has made me drink once again. There we go. But yeah, so
Yeah, Carl Lever just clipping that Barsu finish there. My goodness. Yeah, that is from P8, I believe, with a chance for P7, getting knocked down all the way to P... Is that 13? It ends up being P12, so Barsu finishing P12 after that absolute disaster of a finish. I think he had a fairly good race, but that ending there, that was quite something.
yeah, that was a very, very interesting ending indeed, to be sure. As we load into our final one, and this is a car class that I think no one ever expected. But I've heard a couple things, one of them being that the McLaren F1 road car has been improved a little ever since version 1.6. However, this thing is still an absolute beast to drive, and when I mean beast, I mean it's more like riding a bull than driving it.
You mean like those stupid Camaros we did the other day?
What the
Oh wow, Corvette, sorry.
no, worse.
Oh goodness.
More power, thinner tires, and lighter. Though from the looks of it, they might have given it a bigger wang, but
Do we have evidence of that?
I
We
mean,
have
I used to drive
video
this thing
footage?
quite a bit in my spare time because the noise. We're gonna get quite the treat. As commentators, we're gonna be enjoying listening to this race, not watching, listening.
All right.
The drivers, on the other hand, are gonna be crapping sideways, because it is gonna be very much a struggle. And I'm not going to be surprised if we see more spins than we saw on the karting one, more spins that we've seen on the Caterham one, on any race today. In fact, I'd say more than all the races combined tonight.
If we see fewer spins, I'm going to be very angry with you.
I'll blame it on the update if we do. But no, honestly, it's gonna be a good one to listen to, and it's gonna be a interesting one to watch. As yeah, Pablo confirms that it will be a disaster. McLaren, no brakes at all with its power, exactly, and how light it is. It's
You know what would fix this? More rain.
more power. No, I'm kidding. Don't add more power into this. I don't think it has. I think it has steel brakes, and that's the problem. So,
Yeah, whenever they give a powerful car shitty brakes, that's you gotta wonder what's going on in the minds of those car designers.
so we'll be starting at 23:05 CET, also known as 1 minute's time. So while you're waiting, go grab yourself a drink. As we will be loading into
you will
this,
not have the drink.
as we will be loading into the session very shortly, if not now. So yeah. Oh, of course it's giving me a green one, even though I'm not driving. But this is gonna be a race. It's gonna be a race. That's it.
It's definitely going to be one of the races of all time.
It's not gonna be one. I don't know if it's gonna be one to remember. But it's gonna be one that very much keep the drivers awake at night. It's gonna be absolutely terrifying, and I think straight away we're gonna see people spin it out of the pit lane.
Well, we know where to keep the cameras, so make sure you time the transition from the images well when the lobby starts.
Okie dokie, as we load in to the lobby. For the final race of the evening. You can just see. Sounds nice. Oh, I've just realised I do need to do something. If I leave the lobby, I should be able to rejoin, right?
I believe so.
So I do need to leave the lobby just temporarily to fix something with my sound.
Alright.
So hopefully, sorry about this, guys. Just gotta. Sort something out. Meanwhile, my sound is not properly working for me. I'm just changing it right now to make sure.
Eddie's in the gravel.
Oh no! Hold on, I need to catch that.
He's already out again.
Why? There we go. Okay. Okay, sorted, and then I can rejoin. Because luckily I got sent a link.
What is happening now is qualifying for the final race is underway. We're having some technical difficulties with Nismo's sound, and he will be rejoining the session shortly. As Eddie once again drifts right into the gravel.
I told you, these cars are something.
It's remarkable that they bring the LM version to a track with such short straights as well.
I'm hoping. Imagine if I load in and I've just got a car. And I'll be like, ah, shit. There we go. Okay, I'm in.
Do you not want to see cars?
There we go. As I'll set up all the cameras. In fact, I'll increase this one. As Jedlin just goes straight on. I mean, these cars have no brakes.
Oh shoot, this is Jedlin. Have we been watching him the whole time? Sorry, Eddie, I've been slandering you. I thought we were on Eddie. Apparently we're not. Here's Eddie.
Here's Eddie. And let's get the cameras sorted out
I
while...
was thinking those were oddly smooth inputs for Eddie. Oh yeah, so we've got this camera sorted. Now let's go chase.
Okay, helicopter.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, there we go. Don't get copyright strike for that one. Got the helicam in working order. Next up is the roof.
I think that's fine. I think that roof camera's fine like that. Oh, was Eddie drifting it? Fucking me. I mean, that is...
Yeah, that's where Jedlin sent it into the gravel on the previous lap. Next up is bonnet.
Wait, that's the bonnet? Oh, I thought that was bumper. Okie dokie. We're gonna do something. We're gonna do something interesting then with the.
Yeah, you'd be forgiven for thinking. Oh, the wheels are gone. What the heck?
We'll do like a camera like this, Oh, just gonna make sure I get rid of that wing mirror. There we go.
All right. Next up is a bumper.
All I need to do is that. And lower it a bit. There we go.
All right. I believe those are all the cameras that we need. However, we are down to 16 drivers, so we have lost a couple of people.
I will mention straight away. I mean, I was gonna mention straight away that it's about the 5-minute mark. We've only got one driver, but as I say that 3 more drivers, if not 4, just now. To end times. Matt's of course with the fastest.
There we go. Now Eddie spun it into the gravel. Now I can say it.
Because these cars have no rear downforce, yet are so light and have so much power. They are straight line monsters, but sideways. They're sideways monsters as well. Because I mean, if you go too quick, it's just gonna kill your car. I think.
Yeah,
It's
some
unfortunate,
people
especially around Kyalami where there aren't too many straights.
a lot of people struggling to get a valid lap in, as a lot of the laps that we are seeing are, I mean, you can't even really call those banker laps. That's just trundling around the track and trying not to die. If you're 13 seconds off the pace, which seems like quite a few people are at the moment, including Xevious. Onufmi, though, with a fairly good lap, only 1/10 off of Matt's.
Yeah, so it looks like the 147s are definitely the lap times that we need to be seeing. As we see a 151 by Huzar.
Sorry for the awkward silence there. I was eating a chip.
No worries, I was eating a Jammy Dodger earlier.
I will say, these hashtag not sponsored by the way, but these cheddar cheese Pringles are remarkably soft for Pringles. Like they don't feel sharp when you break them apart in your mouth.
Well, they like wet or like
No. They're. I'd say I won't say soft because that sounds stale and it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
it
more
sounds
like almost crumbly. It's more like a cookie kind of.
cookie.
It's like imagine the texture of a cookie and a chip,
Oh, Eddie, Lou's getting
and
the
you'd be
same
approaching
corner.
this chip.
Yeah.
As Eddie manages to barely avoid me saying that he went into the gravel again by just a couple of millimeters.
I wonder if that lap. I think that lap will be disqualified. So I think Eddie's gonna try and have to look for another one. I mean, the 147s is where I think people expect to be, but no one's been able to set a proper lap yet.
And yes, Karlover, I'm eating one chip at a time, or else I will not be able to interject when my voice is needed.
As we head.
But only 2.5 minutes left to go.
Oh!
Only 4 drivers have set decent times so far, and Huzar's is 4 seconds off the pace.
Eddie spinning it though, really nailing his control though with the spins.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's not doing his tire temperatures any favors, because we are in Africa for this race, and it does look pretty hot out there. As final 2 minutes now, a good third of the grid has not set a lap time. Including Axis, Eddie, and Keza. MSR is going to have to step it up if they want to keep up their good points tally going into the final round. As things stand, Mats is leading with provisional pole, has just improved by a full second, and Keza puts it up there as well, but only a 10th faster than Onufmi, so pretty much matching Mats' previous time. And Xevious putting it into 4th as well, so some good late lap times there from the MSR folks. Chris now putting it in there as well, beats Huzar by a couple of seconds. Still though, Sunman, Axis, Eddie, and Cornelis yet to set a lap. I think Cornelis is forfeited. He's in the pits.
Oh, I thought Eddie was gonna hold that for a second.
Nah. When the tires are cooked, you are not holding a spin like that in this game. I do not care who you are. That is never going to work.
Yeah, this isn't version 1.5.
I don't care what version of the game it is. In AMS2, you do not do that when the tires are that hot.
I could eat.
Don't you
3.6.
dare. I've seen you spin for less.
But you've also seen me spin for more.
You're not wrong. But yeah, in the meantime, despite the lap times not being very representative, I would think, we do have Caprice, Jedlin, and Carey all within 14 seconds off the pace. I think one of them has just improved, and that is Carey putting it up into P8, so improving by 2 seconds there. And with half a minute left to go, still, Sunman, Exus, Eddie have all not set any lap times. Eddie there really risking it with the track limits there. And again, loses the rear. Is he going to be able to set another lap, or is it going to be invalidated if he crosses the line?
I mean, he's going for it. I think at this point you would have probably... As Mats goes even quicker.
Oh, and Keza does as well, but not by all that much. And Eddie does cross the line, sets a valid lap time, so even with
puts
that
himself
spin...
10th with that spin, damn.
Yeah, so that just goes to show all these people here with 13, 15 seconds off the pace. That's with at least 1 or 2 spins in that lap. I don't even want to know what happened on Stivler's lap, but that was still a valid lap, regardless. Now, let's see if Sunman, going into the first few corners, if he's able to set a valid lap. As Exus is. Exus puts it into 6th, but still 5 seconds off the pace. This is going to be chaotic.
Yeah, indeed. This is going to be a very, very interesting start. These cars don't have any ABS or traction control. So all these drivers are going to be suffering off the start, especially since it's a standing start.
Also, car lover, why would you rather get stabbed by a chip than have it crumble in your mouth? Also, I'm just saying that the feeling was approaching crumbling. It's not like it actually crumbles as soon as it enters your mouth. It's almost there, you know? There's not really any words to describe it. It's just a slightly less hard chip with better flavor.
Oh, Sunman off.
That's pretty bad for Sunman. I don't think that's gonna be a valid lap. And with Cornelius in the pits, that may well be Sunman's last attempt.
Oh, and he spun it as well.
Yeah, that's not gonna amount to anything, is it? Sunman into the pits as Stivler still out. No, it's not. Jedlin, surprisingly bad effort by Jedlin there. Stays 13th. Caprice is in 12th. Eddie still out on track. Is he gonna set a better lap this time?
Oh, as you become robotic again, and my internet does seem to be dying again. So with the session over, a very, very interesting qualifying indeed. It's Mats in P1.
And Eddie does improve. He's P5. Wow, what a late recovery.
Yeah, Mats in P1. Ultimate K's in P2.
All he needed was for us to stop watching him.
I mean, we seem to have had that effect ever since the karting race. So, yeah. Matt's in P1, Ultimate K's in P2, Eddie in P... No. Anoofmeet in P3. You're going to have to bring up the stands, because I can't remember the rest. Martin?
Oh, sorry, I was replying to the Chips comment.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, Matt's on pole for this race. KZ lining up in 2nd. Yet again, Onufmi with a very, very good effort there in 3rd place, followed by Xevious and Eddie, once again a top 5 dominated by MSR members. Chris in 6th place. We'll see what he's able to do from there. Exus in 7th, followed by Huzar. Pablo in 9th. Kiwi rounding out the top 10. Carey in a event best 11th place. So good effort there from Carey. Caprice, though, in 12th, followed by Jedlin. Has a lot of work to do from 13th. Stivler in 14th. And then the 2 drivers did not set any lap time. Sunman and Cornelius. A good thing we don't have a 107% rule in this league.
Yeah, I'd definitely say that Jedlin, definitely we'd see him all the way down the bottom. They're normally up the top, especially with how he was battling some of the top guys last race. So it's very weird that to see him down in P13 position.
As you can see, everyone waiting for the lights to go out. It's only going to be 5 laps this time, so fairly limited suffering, you'd hope. Everyone just getting their pit strategies, should they be needed, and their setups right. We've lost multiple drivers right off the bat.
That's green light, and Matt's not getting the best exit, but I think Ultimate Kaiser getting absolute launch off the start.
Yeah, that was a remarkable start from Kaiser there, and I think we might have only lost one driver. Not entirely sure who, but fairly clean into turn 1, it seems.
Matt's losing another position to Exebius as well off the start. Not the greatest start for Matt, as still
That's Stivler. Stivler leaving the track and rejoining and having a bit of door banging there, but keeping it pointed in the right direction. Meanwhile, top 3 all MSR. Good start from Chris. He's back up to 4th. Eddie in 5th where he started. No changes there as of yet, but more side-by-side action going on behind with Excess and Jedlin.
was
Jedlin
Jedlin just
gaining.
overdriving the car, and that's Cornelius off. Cornelius
Yep,
off.
Cornelius off the track, but still pointing in the right direction, so not as costly as your traditional spin. But yeah, decent start from Jedlin despite multiple mistakes and a bad rejoin.
That's a commentator. Scars!
Oh, absolute collecting going on back there. I think that's Carey and Stivler, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that is... The recovery is arguably worse than the crash from these two. And Stivler has retired from the race on lap 1, so that leaves Carey out on their own to fight for another day. But Kaiser leading this race by 1.6 seconds. Behind, though, look at this train.
Yeah, Exebius leading it, and it seems to be half of it is white, half.
Look at that overtake down the inside for Chris. That's a good move on Eddie, but does he have the exit speed? I don't think he does. Under threat now from... Wait, no, that is actually Eddie going for an overtake. It was behind Matt's that I think it was earlier.
Yes, he's behind. Yeah, Chris, yeah, or Matt's. As
No, we're watching Chris.
Chris
He's the right car.
going for 2 moves on Exebius and Eddie, trying to look for the move on Matt at the same time, almost getting 3 in 1.
Yeah, very, very good close racing there, as I think Onufmi there suffering quite a bit with a wall to the face. Down to P7 for them.
No, Carl, this isn't an open lobby for how weird this is. As Exus trying to make the move on New me. Oh, there's 2
cars
teammates
more collecting going on, and it's Chris. It's the 2 teammates, Chris and Jedlin, I think, or was that someone else?
I think it was someone else. I think that might have been.
Well, I've lost track of who that. Oh wait, no,
That's
it was Huzar. So yeah, that very unfortunate there. We've seen quite a few intra-teammate incidents tonight, and that is one of the bigger ones.
And that means that MSR have a 1, 2, 3 plus a 4. Oh, and Caprich hitting the wall there, losing all traction of his car.
Yeah, I'm not going to read Carl Lover's chip comment just yet because these are an action-packed 5 laps as we double-check on the fight for P8 with Sunman just out there surviving and gaining enough positions by doing so. Up into P8 now. Jedlin just behind. Sunman flies off the track. Somehow stays ahead of Jedlin. Remarkable stuff. Just behind as well, an absolute 2-car train going on there with Kiwi and Huzar. Huzar trying to recover lost positions in his damaged car, and up ahead someone's crashed.
News just in. Pablo unfortunately getting bugged by AMS as he could not click the ready button.
Ah,
So very unfortunate there.
I see. That's another reason we should go back to
No,
PC2.
Martin, I knew you'd say that straight away.
Let's go back to the fight for P9 between Huzar and Kiwi going into turn 1. Who's gonna come out on top there? For now, it will be Huzar. So Kiwi in the slipstream now. Let's go on to that roof cam. As it looks like Huzar's got the pace on Kiwi, I think, unless any mistakes are made, Kiwi's not going to be getting that position back.
Yeah, oh my god, I did not see. Was that Caprich? Yeah, Caprich.
I
On
did
the
not see that
left-hand
coming either.
side.
That was a surprise and a half.
Whew. Making it quite it was a move, that's for sure.
I had a good one at that. That was textbook.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, let's. Oh, I was about to switch cameras. Who's that dying in the background? Is
Two
it the
cars
two teammates
again?
again? That's
It's
Jedlin
Jedlin
and
and
Huzar
Huzar.
yet again. We didn't see the incident, so I don't know who's at fault, but that is Huzar getting into accidents with his teammates twice in 3 laps.
I don't know if you just made a pun there. We don't know who's at fault. Who's at fault? Fuck.
British pun.
Yeah. Oh, that's another spin, and I think who was
Caprice.
that? Caprice.
This is where all the action's going down at the moment. No one cares about the leaders. Kaze is leading, Matt's leading, Eddie leading, Xevious. Nothing interesting happening there. However, oh wait, no, I'm about to see an accident. Where was that? That was Huzar. Wait, no, that was Jedlin. Sorry. Is his car damaged? Yes, it is. Oh, all these cars in the back are damaged.
Oh.
Nearly getting rear-ended as well. Oh my goodness me! I was gonna quickly try and focus on this here for P4. Because Xevious is actually under a lot of pressure from Onufmi right now.
Nufmi is going to be bold if he wants
On
to
the
make a
outside.
move around the outside. We know how much the rear likes to give out on this car.
Oh! What a
Still side by
move.
side.
He's got
Exus,
the inside for the next corner.
Exus on the outside though is going to have the momentum, and you need momentum to get the power down on these cars. I think Exus is just going to be able to stay ahead, gives the room, but Onufmi not able to.
Yeah, but I can hear those revs. He's got a much better exit than Xevious. Is it going to be inside outside? They play it safe again. It's got to only be a matter of time before Onufmi takes that position. I do not think Xevious has the pace to hold on unless it's going to come down to mistakes, because Xevious could be driving that slowly simply to avoid making mistakes, but they both spin. That has got to be the result of cooked tires, because they were not going fast through that corner.
Both drivers simultaneously spinning, almost tandeming each other. I think Onufmi just getting the better recovery than Exus, and I've never seen Xevious, and I've never ever seen a spin to overtake before until today.
Yeah, that was massively unfortunate. I'd be very annoyed if I was either of those two drivers right now, because I don't think they deserve to spin for just taking that corner normally. But we're on the final lap now. The lead has definitely shrunken a bit. There's only 1 second separating Mats from Keza, but if we've seen anything so far, it's that Mats is not overly aggressive when it comes to teammates. So I think these two are probably locked in, if there's no extra mistakes made there. Exus is now in 4th, and Onufmi is surprisingly only 2 seconds behind despite the whole incident.
Yeah, indeed, and Xevious just behind that. So if someone wants to stop for MSR from getting full points, it's gonna have to be Onufmi, and it's gonna have to be on this lap.
Yeah, and I kind of wish this race had more laps, because that was quite the action-packed one, I must say. But I do believe the closest drivers at the moment are these guys. Mats does seem to be pushing to close that gap somewhat. And Keza spun! Oh, and he barely misses Mats as well.
Yeah.
Was that the same corner where Xevious died? And,
Yeah, that was the
Onufmi as
exact
well?
same corner.
Oh, wow. So I'm sure Mats is going to have a small smile on his face as he comes around the final few corners to take the win. This time, Keza spotted making a, must be said, rare mistake there, as Mats going to the inside, having a bit of a weaving celebration there. And he takes the win, so congrats to Mats there. Keza 2nd, Eddie still in 3rd. Is Exus able to hold on? Onufmi's really close.
I think he's definitely going to try to defend on the inside.
Oh, he's sending it around the outside. Is it going to be a switchback?
Exus just parking it in front of Onufmi, and as they cross the line, it's going to be Exus to just stay in front of Onufmi.
So that battle definitely deserved some more laps there, as Chris now crossing the line as well, pun not intended. Kiwi with his teammate just behind, coming into the final corner now. I think just behind it's fairly close between Sunman and Jedlin. These two getting into an incident earlier. Big lockup from Jedlin.
Oh, wait, what's happening? Wait, let's just quickly cut to the MSR guy. I think they're all just Yeah, I think that just. I think they have, in fact, won the championship. Going five. This is a picture. This is a picture right here.
I've screenshotted that.
Going
That is iconic.
5-1. This is absolute dominating performance.
I
this,
mean,
league.
I've seen teams do this before when it's usually just 2 cars and it looks cool and stuff. When you do it with 5 cars, it looks like it looks like you're a mob doing that.
Yeah.
Like, these are mobster practices right there.
They're about to ask me for money now.
You
but-
want to pass us on track, you better pay up.
But it's going to be Matt's, Ultimate K's, Eddie, and Exus, all MSR guys getting a 1, 2, 3, and 4. Anufmi not able to overtake Exus right at the end. Exebius just behind Anufmi. Chris behind them. And yeah, what a couple of interesting races we've had this evening.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna chuck that screenshot that I took into the league chat. Which I can't believe no one responded to my super moist cake mix picture last time.
Just what?
It's in league chat. Oh shoot, I don't know where my AMS2 screenshots are.
Oh, the moist. Oh god. As I think the points are being updated, so I will show them to you in a bit, but I'm pretty sure if my calculations are right, considering that
There we go.
MSR going into this last round were the very much leading by a significant mark and getting a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think no, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that they have won the multi-league sim
Skirmish.
Mo-
And
or just the
closing
multi-league
message
skirmish.
from our winner Mats there. Big fun in all caps with
Big
a
fun.
winky smiley face.
Oh. Oh, as it's a good screenshot. I like this screen.
Do you like the cake mix too?
They no. Why is it moist and yellow?
It's not just moist, it's super moist.
Super. Bleh. So as I think all the scores are about to be updated.
Nismo, could you maybe put that screenshot on the screen if we do any interviews?
Yeah, I can just put it on the screen in general in a sec once it's updated. I think it's been updated. So yeah, I don't blame you guys. I'm surprised you've survived that long with them. They're just absolute beasts. The McLarens. I mean, got karts and then you got the. Imagine putting a McLaren engine in a kart now. I can't. That'd be insane. As I think the points are now updated. So it's gonna be Pixel Sim. Oh, hang on, they're not fully updated, but I think most of them updated so that I can say the score. It's gonna be Pixel Sim Racing with 47 points. We're in last place, unfortunately, but it's gonna be Sim Sprint Series in fourth, with 72 points. Not that far up is Fair Sim Racing with 86, and it's up in second place. It's Sim Racing Poland PC with 154, but absolutely dominating the field tonight is Moisty Sim Racing, getting 370 points and getting some really good points tonight. But yeah, an amazing race by everyone. I'm surprised that no one had any bigger crashes. So some really good leagues, some really fair racing by everyone. But yeah, some really close battles, especially in the karting. one. Definitely would like to see more of the McLaren one, as much as it was exhausting. I'm trying to think now of all the different. If I just do this, there we go. The Formula Interleague was definitely it was a lot. It was very interesting, but probably I would say my favorite track tonight, race, car and track combo. There we go. Has got I know I'm biased, but it's got to be the Nissan GTR Nismo. I think that worked, and it was very good, very fun, and a spectacle to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I will say there were a lot of memorable races in there. I think the Caterhams were probably the most forgettable ones, honestly. But I think everyone was still kind of just warming up in that race, and we ended up seeing some slightly tougher fights in the races after that. But yeah, that was definitely quite something, and hopefully we could have more of these in the future. That'd be pretty neat, especially if we can bump up the numbers a bit and get some slightly bigger teams for all of the leagues, so we can have equal representation. That'd be pretty neat.
So yeah, Caprice saying Nismo, Pananora, best combo. Yeah, no, I agree. The Nismo is probably, if not in my name, that gives the hint. It is one of my favorite cars in the world. And thank you for the follow, Caprice, as well. I do appreciate it. And yeah, Jaden saying, yeah, final standings are here. In fact, I think he's given me a nice little graph as well. Right here, and I can do a bit of a zoom. So yeah, Moisty Sim Racing winning by 200 points. 84 points behind Sim Racing Poland is FNR. I'm just gonna go with FNR for now, and 14 points behind them. So it's quite as much as we saw some occasional battles between them. They were actually very close on points. FNR and Sim Sprint Series, very, very close indeed. And Pixel Sim Racing, I think they would have been a lot if it wasn't for them not having enough drivers at the start, which is very unfortunate that they didn't.
Wait, do you know what FNR stands for?
I think it was Fair something Racing. Fair.
Oh, okay. Because I actually used to be in a league called FNR, but it was had a different meaning.
Oh yeah, Fair Sim. Wait, hang on. What does the N stand for? Fair, because on the board it's Fair Sim Racing. And then you got F and R.
Maybe sim in another language starts
Sim
with an N
yeah,
or
maybe.
something?
Yeah. That could make sense. Yeah. F and R in further.
Oh, Fitnessiari na Reductie or something.
You were gonna pronounce that a lot better than I was. Fitsin. Oh fuck. I'll be honest. That's actually just a sick name for a league. Fun and race. It gets to the point. Fun and race. What are we doing? Moisty sim racing. You know, sounds a bit. I'm kidding.
I mean, the profile picture for the league says it all.
Let people find that out on their own. But yeah, I think Pixel Sim Racing, unfortunately, I think if it wasn't for them not having, I think they were missing 2 drivers at the start, and then I think they were missing 1 driver after round 3. I think they would have been up with FNR and I've been asked to drink. Thank you. I'm actually really thirsty. Just realised my camera is on. I can't be able to turn on now. But yeah. So that will be the end of the league. Oh, okay, so no, I was joking when I said I was.
No interviews or screenshot to finish things off?
I mean, no one's in the ready for interview booth, so and to be honest, it is quite late, so get back here.
So yeah, I really enjoyed racing in. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong week. Yeah, no, I was of course there for the rally event, but for this one, I would have enjoyed some of those races for sure. Probably not the karting one or the McLaren one, but the others I think would have been good fun to actually be on track in.
Oh, Kaz is making me drink so much, Martin. Tell him to
Oh,
stop. Eddie,
Eddie's joining in.
Eddie, that is not. That does not mean you need to start, okay?
I can't believe we don't have the camera on for this one.
I don't turn on temporary.
And Car Lover and Eddie and Car
No,
Lover and
no,
Xenius.
guys, please. Hold on, I've got. No, but if you stop, I'll chug the rest of this in one. Because, Kaz, you can't say that. You can't say that.
And Trouble joins in on the fun.
I'm fine. I'm gonna chug the rest of that, but then no more. Okay. Yeah.
This is just one shot for every time you said the word really during the stream.
Car Lover literally one time made me drink so much in one stream that I was actually physically sick. It is. Stop. I don't have any more drink, guys. I don't have any more. Hold on.
So, Nismo, what you should do is you should get yourself a shot glass and pour something into that every time. So then, if people spam your hydrate, you can at least take small dosages.
True. Let me make sure that everyone's got their points and things. Because Carlo, I think I'm gonna need you to how do I give points back?
You should know how that works.
I do, but I forgot. I'll be fully honest.
Bruh.
I know. You know what, Carlo? I'll give you points later. Why is he oh, is my stream delayed? Is that why it's counting down? Yeah, I can
upload it to YouTube.
I can upload it to YouTube if you like, as I've been asked to come on Siege. I will in a bit.
Wow, these guys are too lazy for some racing interviews, but not too lazy for some Siege. Incredible.
But yeah, Jen, if you want, I can upload it to YouTube if you want, or I can just send you the stream if you want to upload it to any other YouTube things. But yeah, which ones do you want to refund?
You can refund mine if you want.
I'll refund. To be honest.
They're alive! Get him jumping in
I was brought in here under threat of a gun.
As the AMS2
You wanted interviewers.
Alright. Tell us about that last race and how much the tires were cooking.
Not at all.
Really?
The car is just very slippery.
Wow, okay. Yeah. I'm surprised that was not tire temp related.
Yeah, like it essentially has only mechanical grip, and once you send it just the tiniest bit too hard into a fast corner, you're off.
Yeah, Kaz, what happened there on the final lap? Because we were following there.
Yeah, exactly what I just said, essentially.
Oh.
Like a tiny bit of correction in the fast corner and just goes. Almost took out Mats as well.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Matt's earned that one, though, for the number of times that he's given you a win in the exact same fashion.
Absolutely.
Eddie and Nexus, we saw you two guys mixed in with the rest of the drivers quite a bit, doing lots of battling. Eddie, I got a big question for you. You had a lot of pace in the karts, but it kind of all unraveled in the race. What happened there?
I spun on the first lap, and then I got rammed the other laps.
And did that damage your kart at all?
No, but I got spun by other people many times. It was a bit frustrating.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
Intense.
And Exus, for you, what was your favorite race?
My favorite race? I think the Formula Inter, actually. It was really fun. I had a lot of pace there. It was quite a bit of surprise that Chatlin and his teammate managed to overtake us in the quali. We didn't expect it.
Oh yeah, and then there was the massive desync at the start.
Yeah, but somehow it all played out for us during that race. Was a huge fun to drive that.
MSR plot armor right there. Eddie, I believe you pitted in that race as well, and you were the only driver to. Did you put on slicks?
No, I had slicks from the start, but I spun and I got damaged. So
Oh.
Yeah, we had split strategy for that race. Eddie and me were on slicks and the others on wets.
Interesting, because the game was definitely showing me that he was on wets and then went to slick, so the game definitely still bugging out when it comes to tire
Yeah.
choice.
Absolutely.
Xevious, which race did you enjoy the most?
Probably the Nissan at Bathurst.
Yeah.
That felt really, really nice.
Yeah, how many people do you think lost their wings there?
At least one.
Yeah, we know.
I managed
yeah.
to finish the race.
I was about to say, Eddie, since you lost your wing in the Tuesday race as well, did losing your wing there and crashing out in that one after about half a lap or so, did that help you keep this car on the road?
No, this car was much more drivable, but yeah, I lost it on the last laps. Had a big gap, and I managed it.
All right, then.
Almost fucked it up on the the third last corner, but it ended up.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was probably quite a bit of pressure, especially like after one lap when you saw that someone had gained, I think, like 3 seconds in like half a lap.
Yeah, the guy behind overshot it in the penultimate corner and almost caught you. But I guess my final question for all of you is going to be, whose idea was that absolute mobster formation there in the final race?
I guess serious. I don't know. I think it was just the dynamic of us deciding for that last minute.
Team decision.
Yeah.
Just happened naturally.
You're
We
that
obviously
insane.
knew yesterday
Gravitate
that we
towards
would
those positions.
dominate, so we agreed yesterday that we would do a formation finish.
Practice
Wow.
that and everything.
That's what the practice event was for.
You got any more questions for our league winners tonight, Isabel?
No, except thank you for proving a point tonight. And yeah, unless Martin, you have anything else to say, I will close up the interviews and close the stream in a bit.
No, I guess the one final extra bonus question I will say is, if you go to the league chat and look at the picture that I posted before the mobster screenshot, what do you guys think of that?
What are you talking about? Which one?
So in the league chat on Discord, I posted the mobster screenshot from the end,
yeah.
but before that there's another picture.
You've answered.
Super moist cake mix. Okay. Yeah, very cool.
You've also answered this question already, but I just want to make sure. Pablo asking how much practice you did.
Yeah, we did an evening of practice yesterday, like 2 hours,
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so we just took a look into every car and
So you're saying next time the all the combos should be a surprise, so no one can prepare.
I mean, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. It was public since a week, and we thought the other communities would also practice and everything. So
Yeah, I
We
mean, you
just
definitely
thought
had
that-
some strong competition in
Yeah.
some of the events for sure, but
Mhm.
maybe to avoid such a dominating score in the future, we need to introduce some BOP.
I mean, maybe, but let me just say this, and I don't want to bash on the other communities as well. But I think in general, the level of competition for AMS2 standards is like really high in MSR, and yeah, that just produces like fast drivers. I don't know, because
Oh yeah, for sure. And I
yes.
believe we had the largest group as well, so I'm sure if some of the other groups had more people show up, there would have
Yeah.
been a couple of faster folks in there too. But
potentially.
nevertheless, I think you guys definitely got a good challenge and did not clinch every win. So the karting is an area where you guys can maybe practice a bit more.
I
Fennec,
will practice all day.
Fennec asking as well, whether Matt is not part of the MSR team or if he was hired. Wait, hold on. Whether Matt is not part of the MSR team or if he was hired for domination purposes.
He was hired for intimidation purposes.
It's
No, No, like the only the real reason why Mats was driving was because V said he couldn't make it, and we needed another driver. This because of obviously you guys streaming. And yeah, I was surprised that Mods Community only had like 4 or even less drivers in the end, because we were supposed to bring 5 in a reserve. So yeah, that's why we asked him so we can bring 5.
Okay. Yeah, well, unless you have any more questions, Martin, that will...
No, all I've got left is
up.
a big hefty congratulations and enjoy shooting people.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
In
you.
Siege, of course. And I'll join you guys
In-game.
in a bit. Alright, have a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so that brings us to the end of the stream. So thank you everyone for listening. Yes, Carla, I will raid someone. And yeah, have a good rest of yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, it's been great streaming as always. Weird that it's on a Thursday, but thank you all those who joined, even if you're not in the MSR League as well, and thank you for all those that contributed. Thank you to Jedlin for hosting. Always appreciate it. And yeah, I'm trying to think of something not to say that isn't close to it. And yeah, I'll see you probably on Monday.
Good night, everyone.
And they're off. Green flag racing. Matt's getting an amazing start. Ultimate Case actually catching speed, napping. Matt getting the jump on his teammate down the inside. Necron losing to Cuckoo on the start. Can he pressure Dino into a mistake? Dino goes too wide and extremely close for P1. And is this going to be Jedlin going down the inside? Oh, there's a bit of contact. Oh, that's a spin. And that's another safety car. Oh my god, this carnage.
Jedlin and Kaze are both in the pits. Fennec, Exus, and Dean are all coming in as well.
It'll be very tight if he still wants to make it to the back of this pack, but
In the meantime, we do have everyone out of the pit, so we're probably going to get going on this next lap.
we are in fact restarting now regardless of that incident.
Okay, he's looking for that undercut. Does he get it? It looks like he might do that side by side and very close together. Cuckoo looking for that inside line on Jedlin ahead. Going into 130R, but they're going to be wanting to go fully defensive into the chicane of Casio Triangle. He's going to end up finishing in P1, crossing the line. Greenlink's going to cross the line. It's going to be Ultimate K's across the line.
Gilish comes across the line to win his second MSR title.